Welcome, everybody. What's up? Thanks for tuning in. This is episode 1 of Hit the Mics with Ryan D. I, of course, am Ryan D. Some of you may know me from FamCast, and that's awesome. And I'm so happy that you guys are tuning into this. And, I'm really excited. I hope you enjoy all of this and all this new content that I'm bringing out. It's just something new that I wanted to. I wanted a new way to express myself. It's not that I'm cutting ties with FamCast just yet. It's just something I needed to do to kind of, keep staying creative and all that stuff. I got a few other projects that I'm working on. This is just one of those things that I've had on the back burner for a while, and now I'm really happy that we're finally doing this. So yeah, I'm really excited. My first guest was Mark Gonzalez, who's a very funny comedian, a good buddy of mine. We really hit it off over these last couple years of this crazy thing we call stand-up comedy. So, this world is just so nuts. So nuts that this dude he was one of the guys that found Ralphy May when he passed away. So, my buddy Mark was actually the one who found his body. So if anybody heard that story, we kind of talk about that. Among other things, we got some great road stories, and Mark's been doing it a lot longer than I have, so he's got some great stories. We have a lot of fun. I got the classic mixing board, just like on a FamCast, so we got this shit going already, explosions and all that good stuff. So Mark and I had a great time recording this. I'm very excited to have finally got here. If you guys enjoy the show, please let me know. I have a great intro song by Solar Haze, which is good buddies of ours from FamCast and everything, and I'm so happy and grateful that they let me use one of their songs, which is called "Hawk in the Wind," as my theme song. Shout out Earl Skakel, who's the guy who introduces me in the intro song, and Justin Leos, who does my my graphic. He's working on some artwork for me, and and that's Origin Graphics on Instagram. He does great shit, and I'm excited. I'm just so happy. It's been a collaborative effort, and it's been a long time coming, and I'm really happy and excited. So, like I said, give me some feedback. Really, if you're here tuning in for the first time, let me know if you enjoy the show, what you like about it. You could fucking email me, ryanpdemarest@gmail.com. That's my personal email. Please do so. Please leave a review on iTunes and all that stuff. This is I haven't quite dropped everything yet, but by the time you're hearing this, obviously it's out. So I'm excited, and I just really want to hear from you guys. So whoever's out there listening, shoot me some emails, shoot me suggestions for songs to play at the end of the show. Any bands you want to send my way, people you think I should interview, people you think I should talk to. I also live stream this on Facebook, so you're always able to comment on that. So let's do it, man. Here it is, episode 1 with Mark Gonzalez.
Make some noise now. Start clapping now for the one, the only. Come on, guys. Mr. Ryan D. Let him hear it. Come on, let him hear
That's better. Yeah, dude. What's up? This is Hit the Mics with Ryan D, and I am Ryan D. This is episode 1 with Mark Gonzalez joining me.
What the fuck? Wait, can we cuss? Did I just ruin that already?
Oh, no. You can't cuss, dude. I'm not going to fucking put this up on the YouTubes now.
On the YouTube now, because they're getting everybody.
Yeah.
At the end, I bring my dead body with me. We could have got a lot of hits.
Right, welcome, dude. Well, check this out. We got fucking explosions. We got fucking farts. We got everything here. We got everything.
You got a mixer. You got sound effects.
Yeah, dude. I've been in the dungeon, fucking getting ready.
It's the morning Zeus starter kit.
Like seriously, and it's so funny because like I've been fucking around with all this shit for like the last 3 days, and this is why like I'm just like, what's the fucking stupidest thing I can get? Like I got like fucking yays.
Oh, dude,
I got my intro on there, and I got a bunch of Nicolas Cage moments.
Fuck Mexico!
So, like,
The best one. Every time I get a text message, I want that to go off on my phone.
so I'm like, I've been so fucking excited. This is why I caught a buzz before I was waiting. I was seriously just like, just walking around like waiting for you to get in here, like just so I could start. I'm like, fucking.
Are you done yet?
Hurry up, man! I'm fucking bored. No, not bored. I'm just so excited. I've been wanting to get this.
Of
So like now we
course.
got this whole thing. We got the stream set up now, so we're good to go.
This is legit.
Then we will see some comments if anybody wants to.
Oh yeah,
comment.
let me. Let's see. I joined. Let me see. Watch me and Ryan.
And hopefully, could you check the
On
audio
this
on that?
podcast.
Maybe it'll probably be fine. But I already tested it like 5 times.
Of course.
Oh,
Let's
you
see.
know what?
Is it
Fucking
on?
here. This is why.
Oh, there you go.
I gotta change
I just
this
posted it.
right now.
Let's see here.
There we go. No one was watching it because
No one's watching it.
it was just us. It was I had it just on by myself because I fucking
Well, look, this is some fucking Inception shit.
yeah. There you go. I had it just on by myself. Sweet.
There it is. Wait. Everyone's joining in.
There it is. Are people joining in now?
I think. Wait, do we get anybody, or is it just me and you so far?
I
No,
don't know.
I'm Snapchatting this.
You're Snapchatting.
Yeah, everyone tune into. Go to if you follow me on Facebook.
I changed the settings so now everybody can check it out. So.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
we just did do that again.
Anyway, so what's up, man? I'm so glad that like you're my first guest now because like I don't know I was gonna have this other dude come on, which I'm excited for, but like I was super nervous to have him on because
Oh yeah,
it was like he's
it's a big deal.
he's kind of a big
To
deal,
us.
yeah. I mean, so I knew him for a while, so like it doesn't phase me that much.
Yeah.
Because now he's like a dude I know that scored a great gig, basically.
Which is funny. I know a lot of that. I know a lot of them, and you see them all on TV. So when I watch them on TV, I'm very happy for them. But then I think
Right.
about where I'm at in my own, 1-bedroom apartment, going, I remember I had a shot like that a couple of times.
Right.
But comedy. There's more failure in comedy than anything I've ever experienced. Like it's just there's so many closed doors. It's funny because it's just that's what when people they don't expect. Like that's why I always love it when someone asks me, "Hey, I bet it's a lot of fun to do comedy. It's always a good time." I'm like, not
Sorry.
really, man. I mean, like fucking.
Sometimes it's not fun, dude. Like last night, I did the I did the Hollywood Hotel for fucking like.
Why did you do that?
like
I
nobody-
love the Hollywood Hotel. Don't get me wrong.
Do you?
We used to run. I remember back in the day, we used to. I think we started the open mic back then. I've been doing this for a long fucking time, so I always
Yeah,
got
yeah.
stories about every.
I mean,
venue.
how long you been doing it?
It'll be 12 years on March 21st. Only reason why I remember that is because I'm planning to record an album that day. I wanted
Really?
I wanted to record my debut comedy album. See, I was gonna wait. I was gonna do it the first 5 years, like everyone does. Wait the first 5 years. You think you're ready. You think
Right,
your material's great. And then you record it, and then you listen back to it years later, and you go, "Wow, I sucked back then. I didn't want to do that." So I wanted to
Right.
wait the full 12. Well, I wanted to wait the full 10, but
12.
I'm at 12.
So how old were you when you started?
Let's see, 12 years ago, I'm 34. What is that? 22.
Oh, okay.
Wow,
okay.
like I just did math really quick.
Wow.
Really
quick.
Really quick. That was the sculpin is working. That's
Yeah.
good.
I know. I already took like 2 shots. Like I was saying earlier, I'm like, when's Mark coming? I need to.
Let's party
I want
already.
to fucking get this shit. I want to play my farts and. Oh shit! There we go. What was hold on?
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
Just having a soundboard. I always wanted to do morning radio.
I
just for a
paid
soundboard.
like $50 for this thing, and I think it's so worth it. We've had it on. When I was doing Humpcast is still kind of it's still a thing technically, but
Oh, okay. I thought you guys just stopped altogether.
no, it's kind of up in the air right now because for a moment I wanted to leave for like a moment, and then I kind of changed my mind, and then and then when I started getting my heart back into it, then Ricky, who's one of the primary guys, ended up fucking saying that he has to leave. So
Oh shit.
because now he's got a job. His job is asking him to show up much earlier, and we do it during the week, and it's like, you know, it's a consistent thing. So it's every week we gotta fucking have to have something that drops on a Wednesday, you know.
Yeah.
So we recorded every Tuesday so we could have it ready the next day, and it's just he can't make it happen anymore because he's got to be at work a lot earlier.
It's like being in a band, which both of us know because we both been in bands.
Exactly. What did you play?
I was a vocalist.
Oh, okay.
I was.
So you were the lazy one.
Believe it or not, no.
You were the laziest.
No, I believe it or not, I was the one that like always financially supported the band because I wanted to keep going. I had to pay for the lockout. I always drove everyone. I'm the one that bought the SUV. So we
damn, you guys even had a fucking bandwagon, huh?
I had, dude. I was serious about it. When I was a kid, I wanted to be either a pro wrestler or I wanted to be Eddie Murphy.
So fucking great. That's like
hilarious.
It's so funny, dude. A pro wrestler. Well, like it's funny. It's funny because that's what I wanted to do too. Like when I was a kid.
No shit.
Yeah. Like, well, I mean, for like fucking. I mean, I wanted to be a lot of things, you know. I mean, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a scientist. I was like, I want to be a scientist, and then I failed biology 3 times, and I was like, I guess I can't do this.
I always wanted to be a chemist until like, oh wait, I got to do math. Fuck that.
Exactly.
I just wanted to be cool shit because it looks cool.
Exactly. You just wanted to be that guy that like solved all the problems in the movies.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I was like always into like sci-fi too. So like.
An archaeologist because of Indiana Jones.
Yeah, Indiana Jones.
I just wanted to find fucking like cool shit. That's it. And they're like, oh, what? I gotta take.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking all these other credits and classes. I gotta fuck all that.
Go to college for that?
Yeah. I can't take like an online course.
I thought because I could do like a Rube Goldberg test in my house, like I thought that was like enough science. Because
I could do this.
Figure out where the marble's gonna land and where. I used to fuck around like that in my house, do dominoes and knock some shit over, and like, you know, that thing, like just to butter my toast or something.
I wanted to make like I wanted to see chemical reactions. I thought that looked cool. Like,
blow stuff up.
You would think like I don't know why I was thinking I want to be a
cartoons.
chemist.
I mean, cartoons back then. You always remembered like, you know.
Wile E. Coyote.
Wile E. Coyote. I mean, but Wile E. Coyote was, I mean, and when you think back, he's a fucking terrorist. I guess.
That's why I hate, one of the things I hate about this fucking time right now is that we're reflecting and looking back and going, wow, that was really bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, see, that's why I don't know. Like, maybe the times are coming to an end. Maybe why? Because now we're having a time to reflect about it, the whole thing.
I follow this page, and it's called NS. It's NS. You know, like the acronym not safe for work, NSFW.
Yeah.
But it's actually Nicktoons. What is it? Nick, I don't know, something Nicktoons were so weird or something like that. They were so freaking weird. That was the.
Oh, okay. Nicktoons are
so freaking weird. That's the page. It's what it's called. So like today, I saw a clip from Real Monsters.
Yeah.
Where like these kids, real life kids, they find the monsters and they think they're toys, so they start playing with them as toys.
Yeah.
And the fucking kid sticks. He takes it off of a wind-up toy and sticks it up Crumb's ass and winds him up, and then he walks around going, "I love you, I love you, I love you," and it's like the fucking weirdest thing I had ever seen. I was like, and I watch that show every day.
There's some. It's funny. A lot of those cartoons were dark as fuck. Like, you ever watch Powerpuff Girls? I had younger sisters growing up.
Yeah, totally.
And like, you know, there was, you know, him was a fucking transvestite or transgender.
I
don't know what he was. It was him.
He's a cross.
He's
a cross-dresser.
I'm going, what the fuck's going on here?
And then if you ever watch like Cow and Chicken, like there's a big red devil guy with his ass hanging out all the time, and it's just so fucking bizarre. Cat dog.
See, and this I don't know what it was. Like, there's somewhere between those then and now. People are looking back and going, wow, this is really bad. And now, like, everything's under the microscope. You know, everything's under a magnifying glass.
Yeah.
I mean, back then, I don't know what it was.
I mean, it was only fucking, 15 years ago?
It wasn't that long ago.
It wasn't that long ago.
Even, like, 10 years ago when, or even, like, say 6 or 7 years ago. Like,
SpongeBob. I mean, SpongeBob's 10 years old now, and even when SpongeBob dropped, there was some choice shit that was happening.
Or, like, I mean, even on Twitter, like, we would get away with so much shit on Twitter. These days, forget about it. I mean,
do you even Twitter, bro?
Oh yeah, dude. I'm Twitter famous.
Are you really?
On Fear LA, just to Fear LA.
Oh, Fear LA, yeah. Well, actually, let's get into Fear LA. Let's explain what that is before I get into. Okay, actually, hold on, real quick.
Oh, yeah.
My friends made me a Twitter like back in the day when like in high school. I mean,
Oh man, you made me feel so
well,
old.
obviously, I mean, what you're like
34.
55.
Yeah, in dog years.
No, well, I'm 20. I'm gonna be 28. So.
Oh, I remember that.
So Twitter came out when I was like 14.
Fuck, dude. Oh my god.
Anyway, and it was like, I'm like, what's this for? I got MySpace. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Actually,
For
I was even late to the game with MySpace because I was like, fuck, this is stupid. I got a Zanga.
Friendster. I remember we had Friendster. That was the first one.
Anyway, and like, so I refused to make a Twitter because it didn't make any sense to me. And then so my friends made me one. They're like, here, this is your fucking. You could just tweet from your phone. You could just send a text and like that goes out to the internet.
I remember that.
And I'm like, that sounds so fucking weird. And I don't know. Then I had to retrieve that account because I couldn't make a new account because they used. I don't know. It was weird. Anyway, and now I have one. I fucking started using it, and it's like. I didn't use it for so goddamn long, and then I started doing comedy, and then I'm like, I guess this is what we're supposed to do, right? And it's like no one fucking follows me on Twitter. No one's like, but Instagram and Facebook, I kind of, I got some hits on there sometimes, so
there
it's
you
like,
go.
I don't know. Those work out for me, but like Twitter's just, it's so fucking just whatever.
Twitter's kind of like already past. I don't know. It's already past its prime. I kind of feel because, like I said, back then when it was hot, it was before everything became more mobile. Before everything was more instant. Like people, I still check Twitter when like I hear a shooting outside or like a meteor or
yeah, but I can do that with
news.
Facebook now.
You can't. I see. It's for me. It's just it's for like right now, like live breaking news. For me, it's easy to go on Twitter. Facebook, I don't know because the feed's always fucked up and they want to put the popular one first.
So is Twitter still just like whoever the last tweet was comes up? I think they still do like they.
You can change the settings now. So they try to put the more popular one up first or whatever. Like you really have to like fuck with it now. I don't like it. It's definitely jumped the shark. It's definitely just. I'm not gonna burp. I had brisket at that show that I was at. So
damn.
It might smell.
It's a barbecue joint, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
If you're ever in North Hollywood, go to Barbecue Bar off of Magnolia. They did not pay me to say that. That's how much I love the food there. Yeah, every Thursday 8 o'clock. Nabil, ask for Nabil.
Nice. Nice.
Cool. But yeah, Twitter. No, I think Twitter's just kind of. It's not dead. I mean, it's still there. But it's just changed and it's different. You have to adapt with everything. It's always evolving and changing.
Right.
And that's everything with even Facebook. And small, yeah, especially Twitter, but
right.
I love the fact that you got to fart back. Look how weird you.
I can fart on you whenever I feel like it. Fucking bitch.
But it sounds so generic. It's so cool. Yeah, Dr. Roxo. Dude, that changed my fucking life. Do you ever see the Metalocalypse episode where they do stand-up?
No, no.
What? You've never seen it?
No, what season's that on?
Oh my god, dude. I can't remember, but I have it saved in my computer. There was, when you have your patches of like self-doubt and like, you just like, you feel stuck.
Yeah.
Or maybe like you kind of lose like that passion of comedy.
God,
I would
it
watch.
happens like weekly, and then I go on stage.
Well, there you go. Well, I'm gonna prescribe you a prescription here.
Oh.
You have to watch that episode.
Prescribe a prescription.
Yes, because the prescription is that episode of Metalocalypse. Because yeah, Death Clock, they go do they done it all they think, and they're like, oh, there's one thing we haven't conquered. What is it? Comedy. So like they try to do stand up, they all eat dicks.
Right.
And then there's this sailor that shows up out of nowhere. And he's like, oh, I gotta teach you. It's all about hating the audience. And they're like, what? And then they show like a training montage. And, like they light a chalkboard on fire.
Wait, so they have somebody train them, and he says it's all about hating the audience.
Yeah, and it's an old saying, which is funny because I've known that. We discovered that maybe like 4 years in, 4 or 5 years in. It's you got to sprinkle a little hate in your material.
Well,
and
you gotta. Well, I heard like Jerry Seinfeld always said like you got to think of them as the enemy.
Yeah, I think when I go on stage, I think of like my set as like a boxing match or like a fight.
Yeah.
Like clearly they're my opponent, and I'm a fighter. So it's like when they laugh or they don't laugh, it's like, well, I'm gonna fuck you guys even harder now.
Mm-hmm.
I'll swing even harder. Depending on. I think like, it's combat for me, really. Like
right.
That's the mentality I come in when I.
Would you say
perform.
it's verbal boxing?
Verbal boxing. Yeah. What did I say? Verbal. Yeah. Verbal combat.
Yeah.
Oh, they call it verbal
That's what
boxing.
they call it, verbal boxing. The roast battle.
When we did championship comedy, like I was telling you, we were calling it verbal combat. That's what we were calling it. Which this was before those roast battle days. Which it's great that where it's at and where it went, because that's what we were supposed to do.
Yeah.
Once again, going back to, man, I remember when I should have been fucking
Hold on, let's
famous.
back up. Let's tell us what Fear LA is.
Oh yeah, that's right. So Fear LA, it all started back in those Twitter days. It was like 2008 or 9. We would live tweet games. That's when it meant more. People were really tuned in.
Laker games?
Laker games, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So everyone that's on Twitter was watching the same thing on TV. And then the thing is that the opposing teams always said beat LA, hashtag beat LA. And if you know the history of it, that's the Celtics, the Boston Celtics and the 76ers in the Eastern Conference Finals. The Celtics lost, and they were chanting to the 76ers, beat LA, because, 76ers and the Celtics and the Lakers have, historic rivalry that everyone knows.
Yeah.
But the Celtics hate the Lakers so much, they told the team that that got beat by them to beat LA. So the hate was real.
Oh my God.
So, and that course, it's grew over, to baseball, to football, and everywhere else. That's the history of it.
Well, that was when, what year was that? Like when they
that
were
all happened? Oh shit, man! I was like, what, the 70s?
No, but I mean, because they were in with the Celtics not too long ago, right? Like
that was
like 6
08,
years ago, right?
2008,
2008,
and 2010.
Jesus, so it wasn't 6 years ago. It was like 10 years ago.
2008
but I remember that vividly.
When Twitter took off,
Holy
when Twitter was invented.
fuck,
when you were 14,
when I was still in fucking high school. Oh shit! No, well, like in 2008, that was when I graduated.
Oh my God,
yeah.
I was 2001. So there you go.
Which I, by the way, almost didn't even do that.
It's okay. It's all right. You made it.
Fuck,
You're
I cheated.
Here. Oh, did you? What did you do? Wait, what do you mean you cheated? Like everything, or like?
No, it came down.
Came down to
it's
what?
kind of
What
a
did it
long
come down
story. It came down to like one test that I kept failing,
Okay.
and like,
Was
but
it,
I
was
had
it the state test?
yeah, but
Okay,
I
that's
had a C in the class.
Yeah.
But I kept failing the state standard test. Or like this fucking, it was like they did this thing where it was like you had to pass 3 tests, and it was like we were the first ones to do it at that year. It was like if you failed 2, you didn't graduate.
Yeah, I remember that.
And if you passed 2, you did. If you passed all 3, obviously.
We were the guinea pigs to that.
Yeah. So and it was like it turned into a so I fucking I passed 1, failed the other. They're like, if you fail the other, you're fucked.
Back. Yeah.
Yeah. So
You could summer school it. That's what we had to do.
yeah,
I had
summer
a
school, whatever. But then for what? So just so I have to retake this whole course and then retake that one test?
Yeah.
And so the guy, I mean, the teacher that I had, luckily, was like super cool. Shout out Joe Vu. Wait. Shout out Joe Vu. I think I have him on Facebook. I hope he tunes in for this because this is going to be amazing. If he finds out, okay. So,
Make sure I post it on mine so everyone's watching. Okay,
so then,
good.
Okay, so then, yeah, so he let me retake it. He's like, study, come back tomorrow, retake it. All right.
Wow.
All right, so I go study, I come back, I get a fucking D.
That's passing?
Fuck. And no, but it's not state standard fucking
state standard.
passing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, dude. And then he lets me retake it there, and I fucking failed it. I even got a worse grade the second time. And then I talked to my buddy Garrett, who's one of my co-hosts on FamCast.
Yeah.
And he's like, dude, he goes, I took that test. I already got it back. I have the corrections on it.
Oh my God.
And he gave it to me. He gave me his copy with all the answers. And then I memorized it. And I retook the test.
So what was your score after that? Did you get an A?
Like B or something like that. So I think I forgot a couple.
What did the teacher tell you? Like, wow, you really worked hard.
He was just like, okay. I'm like, thank fucking God I can go and
course.
graduate. Yeah, that was it. But I mean, it was brainless. Like I memorized the answers, like just the letters.
Okay, this one, that.
Yeah. So it wasn't like.
It's funny. My junior year is when. So that was 2000. It was 99 to 2000 is when I think they introduced that. And then the seniors and juniors, if you're a junior, you could take it early. So I took it early, and I failed one. And I think it was the math one. And then they said, well, you can take it again during summer school. Or, you can chance it and just take it your senior year. But if you fail it, you're going to be held back.
Yeah.
And so I ended up taking it summer school. And then that following year, for some reason, it got dropped. Or they had to redo it or something like that because I guess the first year
so you got lucky because they fucked up.
But I took it anyway. I ended up passing it during summer school. But then
Wait, so you didn't graduate?
No, I did. I graduated.
Okay.
No, I could have graduated early if I wanted to. Only because I wasn't the smart. I'm a lazy. I'm not really a lazy motherfucker. I'm more of like, do I really have to? Does this make sense to me?
Yeah.
I remember, elementary, you had to do homework. You just have to do homework. Okay. So junior high rolls in, and then they're like, oh, fuck, I forgot to do my homework. I'm so scared. And then I'm like, wait, they didn't ask for homework. Like, oh, I don't have to bring it in? Oh, fuck it. All right, I don't have to. And then next thing I'm failing fucking 6th grade because I'm not doing my homework. I'm like, I thought you didn't have to. Like, I thought
But
it was optional.
Sometimes it's like a basket or something, right?
Yeah, of course. And just, I was very quiet and timid, and I was an introvert growing. I mean, like, at school.
That's happened to me too.
I was, yeah, because I was like, I just wasn't coming out of my shell yet. I was very like, I was bullied a lot and all this kind of shit.
Right.
So I was really, like a sad dog you see in those commercials. That was me, like from kindergarten.
I will remember you.
That deserves a fart fucking.
Yeah.
Sick reference, though, bro.
Oh, thanks, bud.
Admiral Akbar. Play that.
No, this one.
It's a trap.
Yes, Akbar. I was so sad when he died. They didn't even give him a nice
Anyway,
send-off.
all right, sorry, we're getting deep here, and
All
I'm
right,
just
so
I'm
Fear
just
LA.
farting on it.
All right, so anyways, so yeah, go back to Fear LA real quick. So people were like, yeah, beat LA. So I would like roast. This is when like I was developing myself and learning as a comic, and I was really studying Don Rickles. So my mouth was very loose back then.
Yeah.
I was saying shit where I'm like,
You were
oh my
drinking
God.
a lot more.
Yeah, drinking a lot more. I was drinking a lot more. I was fatter. And then I just was like, I'm gonna go Don Rickles mode. So I just roast the fuck out of like teams and shit.
And you
I
turned
would
into
say
Mr.
things-
Potato Head.
Pretty
I'm
much,
just
yeah.
kidding, I'm just kidding.
With those little fucking hands. Like I remember I tweeted like J.R. Smith runs like there's a cop chasing him, like that kind of shit. And it was funny. Like it was funny. And I said I'm like the drunk guy at the sports bar yelling at the TV.
Yeah.
And that was like my point of view, and and it just grew. It grew popular. Oh,
But that was when you created a new Twitter account.
well, yeah, that's when I created because I would just do hashtag Fear LA because everyone was doing hashtag Beat LA. So I returned back with hashtag Fear LA, and then I created its own Twitter account. I said, hey, everyone, I'm gonna tweet from this account when the Laker game's on every game, so follow it. And then it just got more popular, and then I made friends with people that were on Laker blogs, and then they helped me grow it. So I'm like near like 10,000 followers. I'm like stuck like at 9,300, I think. And well, it's partially my fault because
That's pretty good though.
yeah, but the Lakers suck.
Especially locally.
Yeah, well, see, again, it was with the right time. It was one of those things. I learned a lot about social media and all that kind of stuff because it wasn't, it was nothing. I just did what I was good at the time, and that was it. And it just got popular. Had its own like little niche, and I just took advantage of it at that time.
Right.
But like now it's like, because and not only that, but the Lakers were good back then. They were really fucking. They were winning championships and always in the finals back then. So it was easier to get away with what I was saying, and it made sense. Now that we suck, like it's really hard to fucking defend us as like, yeah, we're gonna fuck because it's Fear LA because we're just blowing everyone by fucking 10 points.
Come on, man. You're not a Lando Ball.
Oh, I love
Lonzo Ball. Oh, sorry, Lando Ball. Lonzo Ball.
He's Lando.
I haven't been
now.
I haven't been following it. I'd like it was a big deal like more when, like then and especially like when my parents were still together because my dad was in the house
Yeah.
my stepdad
Yeah.
so we'd always watch the games then.
Yeah.
But it's like now I mean I don't even fucking know what channel Lakers are on anymore.
Well, it's 318 on.
I don't even. This thing is that
Sportsnet.
I'm probably never gonna pay for.
I would bootleg it.
Yeah, that's
just stream.
I'm not gonna, dude. That's the thing is I don't fuck with those streaming things, especially on my new
scared.
computer.
Oh, it's true.
It's
yeah.
like fuck those, dude.
I don't know. I've always had good luck with that. I've never been caught, knock on wood. But like,
Yeah.
no, I mean, I still watch Laker games. It's just one of those things where it's like, I don't.
I really wanted to watch the fucking Kings game tonight, and I've been having really a hard time trying to find good
Time?
links and
Oh.
stream. No, I was gonna watch it before you came.
Also, I was gonna say I was gonna tell you the link.
Also,
so I was
but
like,
also
oh,
they
wait.
got the shit. They were getting the shit kicked out of them by the Penguins.
Have they been doing any good?
No, I mean they're like it's like fucking not really. They're not doing. I mean
No.
not as good as they were. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
like-
last- I
Yeah,
don't-
it's just and they look good early on in the season,
remember
and then it's just they're kind of falling off. They're getting the shit. I mean, but it's not sad yet.
Yeah.
It's like 1-3.
Okay.
1
not
to 2.
blowouts.
Yeah. So it's like it's just mistakes. They a lot of them are fucking old too. So
Yeah. See with the Lakers, they're like 0-7 or 0-8 when Lonzo isn't on the or doesn't play because he got hurt again. So just Lonzo being in the game and playing with everybody makes the Lakers way better. Like just his presence there, offensively and defensively. So that's like the only plus about like this year. Plus we got some really good rookies. So like I mean I watched the game the other night and we got blown out the last quarter like by 25 points. But I mean, a lot of that shit is just dumb luck. But
Yeah.
I mean, I'm always watching the games. But back to like whole Fair LA, it's just I hate repeating the same like jokes. I feel like I got nothing else to say other than that we suck. Like what else is there? So
Right.
unless we start getting win again or start winning again, then I could kind of build it again. But I turned it into a podcast, so that's what I'm doing with it now.
So where do people find that?
FearLA.com.
Ooh, you got a website.
I got a website. It actually goes to the store right now. You can buy all
that merch is dope.
It's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, for sure. And like, especially when the Dodgers were in the World Series, I was like, I need one of those shirts. And I was hitting you up. You're the worst texter, by the way. Like, dude, the fucking worst. Like,
you hear that? It's not just you.
this motherfucker. Like, I'll text you and then I won't hear from you for like a half hour. But then I'll see on Facebook you just made a status like 5 minutes ago. And I'm just like,
I can explain it to you.
I'm like, motherfucker. Like,
when I'm in the middle of it, like I have crazy. I don't have crazy OCD, but like I have to finish whatever I'm doing. So I see it and I go, okay, I'll get to it. And like I will fucking like I have to do what I'm doing, or else it'll bug the fuck out of me.
Right.
So like I'm trying to control it. Like these last couple of years, I've been trying to like learning how to tell myself no, or like like I'm not like crazy where I gotta like flip the light switch 3 times or nothing like that. It's just I have to like. I'm trying to teach myself how to say fucking no to myself. Like, I was running late all the time to a lot of places and shit, and to a lot of things. And it wasn't that, like, I did it on purpose. It's just I try to fit everything all at once, or I was trying to do everything before I had to do, before I had to do what I had to do at a certain time. But since I would try to cram everything, I try to do it. I'm like, no, I got to finish this before I do this. And then it's like, I'll be there like 15 minutes late. Next thing you know, it's like an hour late. I'm like, fuck. Well, at least I finished everything. But at the same time, bad habits. That's all it was.
Right.
But I'm trying to.
Why are you the way that you are? Honestly, every time I try to do something fun or exciting, you make it not that way. I hate so much about the things that you choose to be.
Yeah, wait. Play the bro one.
Oh, yeah.
Bro sound effect.
Bruh.
That's fucking hilarious. That's fucking hilarious. But yeah, anyways,
Sorry.
enough of my personal problems without me.
No,
but yeah, anyways, that's all.
It's less OCD and just more. I guess you get hyper. It's more obsessive. Like you get fucking hyper focused on something. I guess obsessive compulsive. But like, I don't know. I get the same way too. But also, I mean, I think that I kind of respect that because I get fucking. I'm like addicted to my phone. So anytime I get a text, like the first thing I have to do is reply.
Oh, okay.
Like that's the more important thing at that moment when I get a message.
It's like, let's see, yeah. And for me, it's more like what the task or whatever I'm doing now, I got to finish
Right,
it.
and that's what I wish I could do.
Oh, okay, yeah, see? You'll get there. You'll get there. Like, I mean, I'm kind of lucky.
I mean, it's gotten better, like, especially with driving. Like, I definitely don't, like, it can wait, when I'm driving and shit. But, like, for sure, I've had those moments where I'm like, well, fucking, like, I'll be texting or I'll do, like, the talk to text.
And you want, yeah.
But it's like, I'll come up with an idea, like, oh, I have to hit this dude up, like, right now. And I'll be driving, and then I'll do like the talk.
Why
don't
don't you pick it up your phone? Like meanwhile, like I'm like holding a tree.
Then I'm
something.
stalking you, and you don't fucking answer me. I go on Facebook. I find out you tweeted or fucking whatever
I
like
broke
5
up with
minutes ago.
I broke up with a girl because of that. Like
that is hilarious.
I was
and
like,
not
nope.
surprising.
Like I can't take that kind of shit anymore because I was in a relationship for like 10 years. And I almost got married. Like, we were living together off and on. Like, we're together. We broke up like fucking 8 times. Damn. I was bad. My 20s, I was pretty bad. But I was like chicken shit. I wasn't like, I was finding myself. That's pretty much what my 20s were, is me trying to grow and become a man. Because I took bad advice from my dad, which explains a lot of my mistakes.
Well, I get it. I mean, fuck, I'm 20. Like I said, I'm turning 28.
Yeah.
And it's like, I look back at like the kind of piece of shit I was like at 22, and like, you know what I mean? Like that was when I was like really starting to get into like partying and hanging out. Like I'm like I thought I knew how to party like in high school. Yeah. And then when
you were legal to drink,
and then when I'm like legally drinking, and then somebody introduces like drugs and like and I was like so anti-drug, and then I got like my heart broken, and then I was like, fuck it, who cares if I die? And then I started like taking mushrooms and doing coke, and then and then I was like, fuck this. Like, and then you realize what the world is about and like what, other people.
Yeah. Oh, you have that awakening. I remember I watched like Fear and Loathing. One of my best friends, Matt, he introduced me to like a lot of things that I adapted, opened my eyes on a lot of things, and kind of like helped me, like just because I watched Fear and Loathing. You seen Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas?
I just explained my mushroom. I just told my aunt my mushroom experience with my brother in my first time in Vegas. It was my first time doing mushrooms, and we were in Vegas.
That's awesome.
And it was like Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Like the whole time, it was just we were all just looking at things and going like, and we played blackjack until like 5 a.m. Yeah, I told you that story, right? Yeah, it's a long story. Anyway, go ahead.
So like Fear and Loathing, like that definitely woke up my eyes. Hunter S. Thompson woke me up, opened my eyes to so many things.
Yeah.
Bukowski, fucking there's this certain movie trying to think of other movies and like people, just musicians. I got into Elvis and Mick Jagger and like just those fucking guys, those like trailblazers that really like did something. And like I listened to what they said and not what they were just saying and shit like that, especially with Hunter S. Thompson. And then with Bill Hicks,
Right.
and then with Carlin, like it just morphed me and just turned me into who I am now. Which, like, when I first started doing comedy,
So all the drugs.
yeah, all the drugs. Like I only done. I've never done heroin.
I'm just kidding.
I've never done heroin. I've never done meth. Any other shit that like will put you out on the street.
Me neither.
You don't have to answer that. It's okay. But like,
No, actually, I've never done heroin, but like,
I heard it's cool.
it's like one of those things that I'm like, what's the fucking fuss about? Like, I really need to know.
Yeah, give me that. Whatever. Let's see here. It's not bad.
I had Dilaudid when I broke my neck, and they say that like that is like the fucking like purest heroin you could ever have. That's legal.
No shit.
Yeah.
How'd it feel?
Fucking fantastic.
Like, is it like just a high? Like your endorphins are just all the way up? Or?
Yeah, I mean, it's just you feel amazing. I mean, obviously you're
like Adderall.
You're half brain dead. It's like you get. It's a painkiller. It's an opiate. So like Dilaudid, it's like you go numb, you go limp. But I mean, I even started hallucinating at some point.
Yes,
and I felt like I talked to God for.
I did that on mushrooms. I ate a whole bag.
It was amazing. I mean, I was in a hospital bed, and then it made me really sick, and I threw up everywhere.
Oh shit!
But it was fantastic for like those first couple seconds.
See, when I took a whole eighth on shrooms. I think I told you. And then I was done for like 7 hours, but I remember everything. I was totally like conscious the whole time. I just remember like moving my hand like this and doing like this. I remember I had to pee and like
this is all on mushrooms.
This is all on mushrooms.
You ate the whole eighth?
Yeah, I took the whole bag.
Damn.
And then I drank like a 12
You're a fucking pirate.
6-pack. I just wanted to see. I needed some answers, pretty much.
Yeah. You went on a journey.
I went on a journey, and then I went hiking the next morning, and I was still kind of like coming off of it, dude. It was like HD in person. Like everything was so fucking high def. The grass was greener, the sky was bluer. It was crazy. But yeah, I mean, I
get that.
Because I do shrooms when like to reset, and like my vocabulary is expanded with words I don't even know I knew how to use properly and pronounce.
I always feel like I've come back from like I went to a class.
Yeah.
And like I came, but yeah, I definitely feel like you always have that, like the more you feel more awake and more open, like the next couple days or whatever. I even read somewhere that there's also a different effect where people get kind of depressed.
I heard it.
I've never experienced that. Like when I've done shrooms, like I always end up coming back like, fucking life is amazing and we should all love each other.
See, that's me. like it's funny because like the first I did it one time with my friend Matt, and we didn't just we ate some, and then we were watching like old school fucking comedies, and like just like it was like I think like Night at the Improv, like just that series we were watching. And I remember like I was thinking like for some reason I thought Vietnamese hookers were knocking on the door. I kept saying that. And I remember I'm like, why do I keep thinking that? And I keep saying that. And I'm like, he goes, it's working. I was like, but why do I keep saying that? Like, I keep. Did you hear that?
Fucking
like
hilarious.
That. And then the second time, I went camping with my
fucking retard, man! Am I fucking retard? Oh!
That was me. I swear to God, in this fucking apartment complex in Hollywood. And then like the second time, I went camping with my ex. I was with her at the time, kind of on and off. It was one of those weird things. I went camping with her and her friends, and one of her other friends had shrooms and he had DMT.
Oh shit!
I didn't do the DMT because I was already
like,
on
together.
Shrooms. Yeah, he did it together.
Fuck.
He goes, We're all shrooming, and then he goes,
"He won't come. You can't come back from that,
dude." He goes, "You want some DMT? We want to try DMT?" I was like, "Wow, I've always
already
heard about
after you ate the shrooms."
Yeah, we're all tripping already.
That's fucking crazy.
I remember Stanhope talking about it. Rogan, they have that story where like Rogan like thought if you look at Transformers, they would blow up, and Stanhope thought he saw cars flipping over the fucking freeway.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm already on shrooms. He's like, all right, well, it's here if you want some. And he takes a hit. I remember he just goes, like his eyes roll back, and he just like goes like this. And then he just lays down for like 10, 15 minutes. He gets up, like nothing.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy shit. He goes, what? I was like, how did, you good? He goes, yeah, man, I'm beautiful. Like, I'm just like, all right, I don't know if like I want to go to that dimension, like the fourth dimension. Because that's what I kind of like discovered. And here's why. Because when I was tripping, I remember I was looking in the sky. And I remember I was just like, all of a sudden, this information started coming to me. And like in my mind, I remember I saw a purple wizard. That's funny because it kind of looked like the Gorilla Mall fucking purple lizard with the burger.
Yeah.
And I remember he lifted my mind and poured a bucket of information inside of it. And it said, these are all the answers to your questions. And that, because I know you have a lot of questions. And then I remember it was just like a spirit walk. It was like the sunset, because we went camping.
And you were doing comedy at this time
Yeah.
already?
Oh, okay. It was 2011, I think.
Oh, well, you started young.
12,
so
yeah.
I don't even know why. I answered that question
2006.
already.
Yeah, I started 2006. So this is like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, about 5 years in. That's when you kind of like, all right, where am I going with this? Like, I'm stuck. All my friends are getting famous. I'm the only one left. What the fuck? All this self-doubt. Should I keep doing it? It's all that. And then I was at the time where I'm like, I don't even know if I want to be with this bitch anymore. Like, I was stuck. Like, I didn't know what to do. Like, I was miserable as fuck. I was just doing it because it was comfortable and I was fat. Like, I have pictures from those days, and that was me with you with drugs. I was with food. I didn't give a fuck. I'm like, I'm eating this. Fuck this. That's how I would cope. But then like I had that enlightenment where it's just like after I shroomed for so long, I was just like, yeah, I know what I have to do. And I swear to God, a week later, I quit my job. I broke up with her. I moved out of the house. I fucking was just like, I'm gonna reset everything. And I did. And every time I made a move or made a change, I felt stronger and I felt better. And I'm like, oh my God, like it started getting confidence. And it literally changed my whole fucking life after that. And now it's like, I tell everybody, dude, go shroom. Like you'll figure it out. It just comes to you. It just happens.
Yeah.
So that's my experience.
I don't even know how we ended up getting here.
Sophia LA.
I love it though.
Yeah. Matt Levy, remember? Back to you.
Yeah, somebody commented. I need one. Somebody commented ayahuasca's the best.
Oh, I heard about that.
I don't know if it's one of your guys. I don't know. Matt Levy.
Oh yeah, Matt Levy. We used to do. Yeah, he was there around those.
Wait a minute.
times.
I think I know him too.
You know Matt?
Maybe.
I love Matt. He always gives me shit every time his Knicks beat my Lakers. Every time he calls me, I go, I know what he's gonna say, and it's always "fuck you, your Lakers suck." It's like I know. Leave me alone.
Anyway, we were
Thanks for joining,
so we were
man.
talking. Okay,
Love
so
you.
we were talking about Fear LA. Can you put that on the counter?
Yeah.
Over there, yeah. We were talking about Fear LA, and yeah, so your apparel line is doing all right.
Yeah, it was doing good. Like it became Fear LA became multiple things. Because I was trying to figure out, like, I built this brand, I built this name. What the fuck do I do with it? It was just a hashtag. That's all it was. So I started, I created a sports blog, and I was like, oh, let me blog. Let me see if this is what it's going to do. No, I hated writing. I hated all of it.
Dude, you know what the fucked up thing is with blogging is, like, I love writing.
Yeah.
Like, and I could sit and I can, if I get in the zone,
Yeah, of course.
you know, and, like, I could just sit there and it could be really good. But before I hit that, like, post, I'll just... all this like negative shit goes into my like everyone's gonna think this is fucking stupid, like you're so dumb for like blogging, like plus you're like fucking 12 years late to the game, like no one gives a fuck about this shit anymore, and then I just like that doesn't happen.
It's these days it's like it's dude, everything keeps changing.
I mean, I have my own website with a blog, and I've done like 2 blog subscriptions, and I posted them, and people have read them, and they're like, that's pretty funny, like, but it's, I don't know, every time I'm like, I should keep doing this, it'd be fun, but it's like all that shit in the back of my head is like, you're so lame.
Of course, the self-doubt in your head, dude. Right away, it's like, this is dumb. No one cares. Who am I to fucking say this?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, growing up, I had a huge problem with fucking even the last like 3 years, I wasn't the same person. Confidence, just having that confidence to be like, is it okay to like for me to be like, I'm good?
Right.
Can I say I'm good, or can I say like, I'm funny? Like even doing comedy, it's like, do I call myself a comedian yet? Like I don't know if I should.
Yeah.
Because there's all these rules that you're gonna hear. Well, you're not a real comedian.
You're not a real comedian.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah,
you get paid. paid.
Fucking rookie.
Yeah.
Shut up.
You're going to get all that.
Yeah.
And so it gets in your fucking head, but there's no rules. And like I said, some of my friends like made it big like in their 4th fucking year. And I still like was finding myself. And it's fine. Everyone has their own speed to do things. But.
All right, let's try and keep this on track. so
Fairly.
yes, we'll go back to that, and then I want to talk to you about something else. So
all right, so we'll go quickly. Fairly was a sports blog, and then someone's like, you should put that into a shirt because the logo looked cool. I designed it, and then I was making shirts, and then I got approached by this girl she wanted to invest into me as a company and created an apparel line like jackets and shirts and jeans and shit that just had the Fairly on there. And I was kind of like, I don't know, like I got into this just to
they're fucking dope though. I like.
Yeah, the logo's cool. Like,
Yeah.
see, and it's cool because it looks like it says Beat LA. It looks like someone just wrote fear over it.
Yeah.
That's I was like, yeah, that's the attitude. That's what it was. But then like the fact that she wanted to make it into like an apparel line and like, no, it could be this. I'm like, no, it's not. That's not what I wanted it to. I just it was just a hashtag. Like that was it.
Yeah.
So like it went from there, and then I stopped, and then little by little I just kept it as a Twitter, and then I tried building something out of it again, like as another blog. It wasn't working. And then now I'm like, fuck it, I'll just turn it into a podcast. Like, I already have the followers. People, like, listen to me when I say when I talk about the Lakers. And then...
so you're not doing the apparel anymore?
I am. I'm still doing the shirts. Like, it's just, like, the merch for the blog. I finally accepted that it works best as a podcast or as a show, like, as a brand, as, entertainment. Because it's entertainment. It's what it is. It's comedy and sports mixed together. Mm-hmm. And, and then I expanded it where, we talk about the Kings. We can talk about every LA sport team you want to. I just... don't know.
Fucking Kings.
All
right.
And see, that's where I try to get comics on board and make it like, dude, if you like the Kings and you're a comedian, perfect. Come work with me. And I tried, and everyone was lazy about it. No one, everyone wanted, oh, do I get paid or
paid? What the fuck?
It's a
Dude,
passion project.
I can't stand shit like that. It's like.
Help me build this.
So like this is one of the things for me. This is like one of my 2018 things. I don't like making resolutions. This is just it just so happened that like I'm like New Year, I can fucking do this. This has been on my mind for literally like the whole 2017, like the whole year. You know, doing a new podcast and starting fresh, doing my own thing.
Clean slate is always good.
Exactly.
Clean slate's always good.
It's like so now I'm finally doing this, and then I have so many other things in the canon that are pretty much dropping this year, and I'm just so excited. Yeah, and it all happened when I got finally this non-AIDS computer.
Apple, ladies and gentlemen.
And I was
Apple
talking
products.
to somebody about it, and I was like, they're like, have you been writing? I'm like, yeah, dude, but it's like I have this shitty fucking Mac, and like I was talking about how I was working on a script, and I just kind of fucking put it on hold. I was talking to this filmmaker, and he's like, well, why'd you put it on hold? I'm like, because my computer has AIDS. I was like, wait, he's
compact,
like,
dude. What do you
like,
expect?
what do you mean? I'm like, it fucking sucks, dude. I'm like, I'll be typing it, and just shit will just.
What do you mean AIDS? Do you think it's like a virus?
And I was like, I'm working on getting a new thing, and blah blah blah, and then I'll be more motivated, which I have been.
Yeah.
I'm like much more motivated to do
you got
shit.
The tools.
When you have the tools, exactly. And he goes, yeah, I get it. Like you can't build a fucking house without a hammer. Yeah, exactly.
There you go. Hey, there it is.
So.
Yeah, no. And that's the thing, dude, like I've been fortunate the last couple of months where I could just do what I want to do right now, and which I've been asking for this. It's funny because like now that I have the time to do it, it's like, okay, now where do I start? Like it's like vlogging, podcasting, stand up, writing, like
do it all.
Creating writing packets. So that's what I've been like doing too. So it's and you just gotta do it. You just gotta just have the initiative and stay consistent. That's the number one key. Stay consistent.
Exactly. So like I mean anybody who's actually watching the live stream right now, I'm probably gonna hold on to this for maybe a couple weeks until I'm waiting. I have my buddy Justin who is done all my graphics.
Yeah,
he's working on one for my podcast. So
nice.
Yeah, he's working on one right now. I kind of gave him short notice. so I was like, what, can you have it ready for like next week? He's like, no.
That guy. That guy.
And I'm like, yeah, I get it. All right. I'm a fucking asshole. So, shout out fucking Justin. Origin Graphics.
.com.
He's a great dude, and he's working on something for me, and I'm gonna wait until that's done in order for me to drop the podcast.
There you
then,
go.
That it'll all be together, and I have, and I'll probably have like 3 episodes in the canon by then.
There you go.
So yeah.
So there you go. the fart sound. I can't give a serious.
Shit. Where was I with that one earlier?
Yeah, we were talking about it. Fuck. Bruh. All right, but anyway, so fairly.
Yeah. Well, we're past that now.
Anyway, so it's my podcast.
You got it.
I'm recording actually episodes there. I'm building because I'm gonna be busier with other things, so I'm trying to build a stack of them so I could just because I try to make it timeless. That's my
Right.
key is try to.
Okay, so what I wanted to get into, and I
Yes.
hope you don't mind, was so you were supposed to go on tour with Ralphy May.
Yeah.
And then, well, first of all, let's talk about how that happened.
Okay, yeah.
And then what happened when that happened.
When things totally went my way.
Yeah. It's so fucked, man.
So I've known Ralphie for like since 2011 or 12. Met him with Corey and Chad because Corey and Chad.
Well, that was when. I mean, when did he win Last Comic Standing? Like 2008. Was it? No.
No, I'm
it was
sorry.
Like
No,
2005 or 2006.
Yeah, it was
or
before
something.
I even started doing stand up.
I mean, me too. It was,
I was watching. Like I've always loved
watching.
comedy.
Yeah, me too. It was.
So we would watch. Okay.
I'd watch. I always wanted to do stand up comedy.
Really?
Yeah, always, my whole life, and I was such a bitch. I was just so fucking like scared.
Yeah.
I mean, but I did performing, which was another thing I wanted to get into. Well, with you was if you ever did any sort of like I did fucking I did plays, I did all this stuff, and it kind of embarrassed me then. And I got past that, and then, but that was always I was doing other people's writing, and then just the idea of doing your own shit was just so fucking horrifying to me.
It's like, is somebody gonna like?
But then I
this?
started doing sketches. I started writing sketches for school, and I would do that, and then I got like hired to do a couple things for church.
Oh
and
yeah,
then-
yeah, we talked about that.
And which was fun. It was cool, But then I'm like, fuck, but this isn't my audience. Like, I want to get like nasty. I want to fucking talk shit. I want to do this, And it just wasn't working out. So then I just kind of fucking abandoned it all the time. I'm talking about myself again.
No,
But
no, keep going. Welcome to the Mark Gonzalez podcast. Me and Ryan D.
fuck you. Okay. Anyway, so you Ralphie. You knew Ralphie.
Oh yeah, so yeah, he took Corey and Chad on the road, and then they're on the road with them, and every time they came to L.A. or in California, they're always like, hey, come hang out with us. Like, fuck yeah, I want to hang out with Ralph. Got to know him a little bit, and little by little, we hung out with him, partied with him. I didn't want to make it seem like like
You were trying to get a spot out of him.
Nothing like that. For me, we've been doing it for so long, and it's like we don't get starstruck. It's really hard for us to get starstruck these days. I just
You're
don't
talking
want
about me.
Yeah.
No, I still get
You
starstruck.
still get starstruck?
Yeah.
I know. I'm like, what's up, man?
Well,
And
you know
I'm
what it is though. You know what I do? When I get starstruck, I just go, hey, and I just stand there, like awkwardly, because I don't know what the fuck to say. There's nothing I can say. You know what I mean? Like when I'm in a room with somebody that I respect, as a comic, or I'm like, there's nothing I can say that's gonna make their day any better, or like.
But it's funny because I was like, there's times when I want them to know that I know, and they'll be like, yeah, so I got this thing I'm doing. I'm like, yeah, I know who you are. And they're like,
Right.
oh, okay, so and then they feel a little comfortable because they're like, oh, okay, so now because usually they're waiting for, oh fuck, like here,
Right.
I'll take a picture, or here you go, or yeah, no, I didn't do that.
Well, there were times what I kept running into when I was starting to get good or better. It was like I kept seeing comics treating me like a comedian that I was like. I used to pay to watch you guys at the Ice House. You know? Like I spent more time at the Ice House probably when I wasn't a comic than now I'm a comic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like I would go. I mean, I was 18. I was just paying for tickets to watch comedy.
Yeah.
So back then, so I respected anybody who came through that, and I'm like, holy shit! Like I saw you like 10 years ago. Like,
Yeah.
fucking, and then I realized, oh, you're just not that famous.
Yeah, you think. Back then, I remember
like somebody.
Wow, you were on
could-
stage.
know
You
what
must.
I mean? Like,
you must be.
You were on stage that one time. Like you headlined the fucking. And then you. I mean, it's kind of sad.
They're
but
probably
then
not even doing comedy anymore.
it's fucked up, man. And then you realize you're like, fuck, man. The guy is really struggling. I respected the fuck out of him back then, and right now I'm just realizing he's got a wife and 3 kids, and how is he gonna do this for the rest of
They
his
go
life?
cry in his car when he's done with his set.
It's fucked up.
That's comedy. That's why I love it. But yeah, so I met Ralph, and then we got to know each other over the years, and I always hung out with him. And then when they would do Arizona, I'd meet up with them. I'd host for the weekend, and I'd feature with him. We're with Ralph, with the twins when Ralphie would headline, like I said, around Arizona and Vegas and California. So last year, I was because he had his residency in Vegas, and I'd just go hang out, because it was every weekend. So
Where did he have a residency at?
Harris.
Oh.
It was a Harris, so and I'm really good friends with his old road manager, and he goes, hey, no one's here, just come out, hang out, barbecue, we'll swim, and he had this badass house in Vegas, we'd go every weekend,
awesome.
and it was cool. And then and during the summer, he goes, because we're hanging out after one of his shows, he goes, hey, I'm coming back in October, I heard I heard that you wanted to work with me. I'm like, yeah, why wouldn't I? Absolutely. He goes, okay, all right. What, do you want to move out here? I was like, I'll do whatever the fuck. He's like, yeah, all right. So, touch base with me and we'll talk. Oh yeah, sorry.
Stop hitting the table.
So, yes. Anyway, so months go by and I'm just getting ready, preparing, that kind of thing, and then October rolls around, or September, end of September. Hit him up. And he goes, yeah, we'll come out. We'll give it a test run. We'll see what's up. Because originally I was supposed to just help him in Vegas to get around and stuff like that. And then, and he goes, you're too good of a comic to hire as a full-time assistant or anything like that. Let's just, just come out, hang, we'll see how it goes. And that first day, he goes, all right, so this is what we're going to do. I was like, you're going to go with me to Nashville and, we're going to do this. And then, we'll fly back here. You can stay with me there. And I'm like, holy shit. All right, cool. Let's do this. And I've always told him, this is, we always had conversations, every car ride we had, every time we were just, me and him just talking, we both, this is where our heart was with stand up, with comedy. That's how we got along, was talking about comedy. Cause he came from Sam Kinison. And I always brought up how much.
Didn't he he won some? I think didn't he?
We started out when he first started. He won a contest at 19.
Won a contest, yeah, and he opened for Kinison.
Yeah,
that's
Kinison
right. I heard that. Yeah.
So he comes from that that royalty, that cloth, which is crazy.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah, and
back then it was so crazy in the 80s.
Yeah.
God damn.
I wish it could be like that again. It's never gonna happen.
But then we'd never have the inspiration to do what we do.
No, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
If we were there, we'd be like, oh fuck that, those guys do that shit. We don't fucking do that. We don't. I mean, I don't know. I feel like the fact that we had so many great comics before us, kind of inspired us so much to do what we do now. And if we were in that era, we would never even think about it.
They were definitely the trailblazers. The Kinnisons, Bill Hicks, Dangerfield, Andrew Dice Clay,
so good.
Those dudes were just and I would spend time when I was a kid. Carlin.
Fucking Carlin, dude. It's just
Pryor.
Pryor,
yeah. Pryor, the guy that did everything first before everybody.
Yeah.
People don't think, I hate it when people say, fucking he stole my joke. Motherfucker, Pryor did everything before anybody. Dude. All right, so chill. But he came from that, and we always talked about that, and I always wanted to pick his brain about it. Because I grew up. Sam Kinison was one of the reasons why I got into stand up, because that's just what he would do on stage and stuff. So, and then, that weekend, I was there for I was in Vegas for a couple weekends. And then, that was the plan. I was supposed to go within the Nashville. I was going to start working out there too. And then, pretty much, join him on the road at certain gigs, travel with him.
This was what, late 2017, right?
Yeah, October. This is first couple of weeks of October. So I quit my day job. I had a little nest. I saved some money on purpose for those 6 months. I was like, all right, just in case shit happens.
Because how long were you going to be out on the road with him?
Pretty much,
until
further notice.
Yeah.
I've quit my day job before to do stand up.
But he had already. I mean, for even just for him just to set it up, it's enough for you to be like, okay, there's no way I have 2 weeks of vacation, right?
Yeah. Well, as far as it's just one of those things where it's see, here's the thing. I quit comedy before. I quit stand up before. I'm sorry. I quit my day job to do stand up full time before. Mm-hmm. So I knew what it took, and I was only able to do it for a month or two, a month and a half before I was borrowing
me too.
money.
I'd done it too.
Yeah, borrowing money.
And then it was we got to find a new place. I'm like, what?
It's I get a job, and it's so I knew better. So, and that's the thing. With stand up, it's one of those things where, with any art that you want to turn into profession, you have to go 100%.
Yeah.
All the way. A lot of my friends I have friends that are pro wrestlers, and that's what they had to do too. Yeah. They can make a living just doing their gigs, wrestling here, wrestling there. But you have to you have to prepare for it, of course. You have to be prepared for anything, which is having a nest egg, having that net just in case shit happens. So I knew what I had to do. So I wasn't afraid. I'm like, nope, I know what happens. I know what has to do. I know what has to be done. Let's do this. And then, then that fucking weekend. I mean, he was sick too. Those last couple of weekends.
Right?
Yeah, he's bad pneumonia. He wasn't doing too good. Health wise, and even his shows, man. I remember like those last couple of shows, like he would just sit down and he fucking just bulldozed right through it. He just went right through it, and people were there, they're listening still, and he was so tired and stuff like that after, and but yeah, he was still fucking doing it, and. We would tell him, are you sure? He goes, nope, I don't want to disappoint anybody. Like, they all came here to see me, so I want to keep doing it. I'm like, all right, Ralph, you got it. So it was one of those things. And, but the night before, he was cool. Like, he was finally feeling better. He was eating. Like, he was hydrating.
He passed.
Yeah, the night before he died. Okay. I remember, I drove him to the show. We had some laughs, busting his balls, busting my balls. And we just talked about the future. Like, we're going to pull out the calendar and talk about 2018 and start filling out the calendar, which is, like, so surreal because, like, this is what you worked for. This is what you put your life, you fucking broke up with girlfriends and you fucked up relationships with your parents and you stopped talking to people for this.
And then you're on the road with Ralphy May.
One of the greatest fucking
I mean, one of the guys you watched win the last comics. I mean, the first stand-up comedy.
The guy that should have won the
competition.
First season.
Yeah, that's right. I even forget that he didn't win.
That's the crazy part.
Yeah.
And that taught me a lesson too, is that no matter what, like, cream rises to the top. No matter what, like, even though he lost, he fucking won. I mean, that fan, he's a good guy.
I thought he was funnier. I thought he was funny then, and then you ever watch comics you thought were like hilarious when you were like younger, and then you're like, how the fuck did I ever laugh at this? You're like, what the fuck is wrong with me?
Like, you try to get like a millennial to listen to Ronnie Dangerfield, and they're just kind of like,
they don't get it.
Like, dumb.
Yeah, they don't get it.
It's dumb.
But it's the same as like a musician though. Like when for me, as a drummer, like you pick apart certain things, but like then you have to take yourself out of it. You're like, this shit sucks because it's not complex. But then you got to think, but it's catchy as fuck. Like,
it seems to me if it's catchy, if it works, do it. Like
I don't know. But then like that's what I mean. Like you get a whole new like understanding of how things work, and that's when you start doing stand up, and then you're like,
it's fundamentals.
You're like with Rodney. You're like, he just did like this many punchlines and fucking this many punchlines and laughs in a span of like a minute.
Just
it's
laughs
like
per minute.
The pace is so fucking crazy, and then you have to even like realize like he just made 3 amazing intricate jokes in just like 5 minutes. It's like,
and like with him, like with Dangerfield's a good example to like if you want to have an example of character development, a voice, point of view, and like where he's coming from, stage presence, appearance, like total package. I mean, as far as material wise, he was a comic. He did one-liners and stuff like that, but still, like, it's something to learn off of and to study. And as a kid, I loved Ronnie Dangerfield. And the timing, dude, he had the best timing. He was just constant.
He was rhythmic.
Him and
he was
Rickles.
Like jazz. Like it was like watching. It was like he was like jazz. Yeah.
Him and Rickles. I fucking love Rickles.
Yeah.
Marx Brothers movies. I fucking love the Marx Brothers.
I love the Marx Brothers.
Don't
so
fuck with Groucho, dude. Any of them.
Yeah.
And like, it's funny. I remember one time I wrote like a joke, something, or like a status or whatever, saying like,
hold on. We were getting so good. We were on track for so. Hold on. Okay, we'll get back to all right.
We'll get back to all that.
So let's.
So
let's focus back. Okay, so we were with Ralphie the night before he died.
Yeah, the night before he died. Yeah. He wanted to. He was feeling good. His energy level was good. But when he came off, he was tired. He gave it all. It was the same week as that Vegas shooting. So he talked about it, and it's crazy because like. He even said, he goes, like he told me and Gabe, he hosts those the Harris.
Gabe is the
Gabe Lopez.
Yeah.
He hosts the
for the listeners. Gabe he's the one who runs the show that's at the South Point in
Dirty
Vegas.
at 12:30 every Friday.
12:30. It's the biggest show and it's the biggest comedy show in Las Vegas.
It's like the 4th or 5th or 6th year. Actually, it's 4 years.
It's an amazing show. I mean, he always puts on a great show. He's never booked me, but
Have you shown up?
I've shown up multiple times.
Oh, really?
And he puts me in the audience.
Just come with me next time. I'll introduce you to him. But
I've driven out there multiple times just for the night, just so I can introduce myself
Hey, you know what?
again.
Me too. I had it. Hey,
Just,
trust me. I would hang out.
just so he could put me in the audience.
I had to hang out first couple. Maybe I think it's been around for 4 years.
It's rough. He's like, hang out. I'm like, dude, I live fucking far.
It's only 3 hours from Fontana.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah,
I'm
so
like, I could do this every weekend if you want me to. But I don't think my wife would like that very much. My future wife would like that very much. Anyway.
So yeah, so the night before, he seemed good. Like he seemed like back, and we even like joked about it too because Gabe was on stage opening, and he was sitting down, and he's the one that would call me Spick Flair.
Ralphie.
Ralphie. He's the one that, and we talk about me on
Spick
stage.
Flair. By the way, it's probably the greatest insult / nickname I've ever heard.
I loved it. I'm going because
it's great
because it's true. When I would get drunk, like I just would
Spick
start
Flair.
channeling Ric Flair.
Right.
Like I'd start chopping everybody. Everyone's shirts are off. Like I'm fucking just. Because which is funny because this is before Ric Flair became like who he is now. Now everyone's doing the Ric Flair.
He's mostly like a meme now.
Yeah. And back then, like this was before he like really rose out of
Like,
popularity.
'cause you were like legit like a wrestling fan.
Oh yeah, ever since I was a kid. So like, I mean, when my early 20s would get drunk, we'd fucking Ric Flair chops. Like we used to be like Ric Flair chop. I'm like, oh you motherfucker.
No, for us it was
I'm just
Stone
like
Cold
that.
Stunners because
No,
we
we
were the
used to
generation
Stunners,
after
too.
you. So it was
did
like,
Stunners.
so if you get fucked up, like somebody's Stone Cold
Ah.
Stunning. You'd be like,
Butthole, everything.
"Gee, you almost broke my fucking neck.
What? Like all yeah. So us was just when we get wasted, we just start chopping the hell out of
Yeah.
each other. So and then and like I think they're like, all right, calm down, Spick Flair, and then like we're like just all died, and we just started laughing.
Flair.
And and then it just stuck after that.
Yeah.
But yeah, and he like so we're sitting down like this is before he was about to go on stage, and he chopped me. And he went woo, and woo.
Nice.
I did the slow one,
Nice.
and then he goes and I told him I was like, dude, he goes, you scared me last weekend. I was like, I thought we were gonna lose you. He's like, yeah, oh yeah. He goes, I was bad. He goes, I'm bad. He goes, no, I'm back. I'm good. And I told him, it's funny because I said it was like the comedy guys were trying to take you back, like when Conan, when they try to remember Conan the Barbarian,
Mm-hmm.
and I said it was like the comedy guys were trying to take you back, like when Conan was when the guys were trying to take back Conan, and he just goes, he goes, you're the wizard. He goes, you were the wizard. Gabe's the archer, and Tina, his wife, is Valeria. She had to die for me. And he was like, "Whoa!" He goes, "You tagged all over me." Because remember how the wizard, he was all tagged up and all that shit. So we just laughed about it, and we just because that's what we do. Like it's like we especially during tough times, we just fucking joke about it. But he went on stage, he fucking did his thing, and talked about the shooting in Vegas and everything. And he even said, during the hardest times is when a comic makes their paycheck. It's easy to make drunk people laugh. It's hard to make them laugh through tragedy, which real fucking tragedy, like a shooting and shit like that.
Right.
So fucking not even 12 hours later, I find him, and then that was just the most surreal fucking moment because it's like at first I thought he would just like because his last words to me, because he wanted to go eat. He goes, I feel like eating a chicken sandwich. And I was like, Wendy's. Let's go to Wendy's. Oh, sorry. I was like, let's go to Wendy's. Like number 6, biggest size.
Yeah.
And he goes, let's go to Jack in the Box. I was like, yeah, let's do Jack in the Box. Like chicken sandwich, let's do it. And then so we did that. And then and I pulled up the car. He walked in first. He goes, all right, I'm gonna eat this. I'm gonna knock out. Love y'all. Good night. Later. Love you, Ralph. That was it. Closed the door. And then I got up like at 9:30 in the morning. Went to go for a run.
You guys had missed. He had missed morning radio, hadn't he, or something?
Well, I was supposed to get him. I got him ready for. I got a text from his assistant to get him ready at was it what was it 10:34, 10:31? I think I got the text, and then hey, can you get him ready for an interview on radio in 7 minutes? I was like, yeah, absolutely. And then that's when I walked in, and then so I'm on the floor, and the times where I've checked
Did you
on
have
him.
a key to his room or something?
No, it was just unlocked. He just no, it just it was no one ever locked the door. He never locked the door. It was always open most of the time, to be honest.
What do you mean though? Like you weren't at a hotel? Was that?
Oh no, we stood at we're at the house we're staying. We're at Gabe's house.
Oh.
So like it was a house. Yeah, no one was
That
home.
makes sense.
I
I thought it was a
home.
hotel. this
Yeah,
whole
no,
time.
no.
Yeah.
No, we all stayed at Gabe's house, and then so I checked on him, and then and like, he was there just face first on the floor. And the times that I've checked on him, like when he was sick, like the weekend before, I'd catch him like falling asleep, like sitting up. He was so heavy, so big, so like he just like kind of like sleep like that. So I thought immediately, oh shit, like he must have knocked out and just kind of like toppled over.
Mm-hmm.
But when I touched him, he was cold, and right away, just you think, nope, that's not what. No, he's fine. And like, yo, Ralph, you got to get up. And then I see the side of his face. I'm going, oh fuck. And then I just like kept quiet for like 3 seconds to see if he was breathing, and he was, and that's when I was like, really like, holy shit, this is really fucking happening. And I remember I got up, left, grabbed my phone, like immediately just called 911. Fucking Ralph, you gotta get up. Like you can hear the fucking 911 call. This is fucking. I haven't listened to it yet. I don't want to listen to it yet. I don't think I'm ready yet.
Yeah.
But people
why
are
would
fucking,
you? What did I release that? Jesus, dude.
People were sending it to me like, hey, you know, they released it. I'm going,
You're
what?
famous,
Dude, I don't.
You're
fucking
famous.
want-
You
what?
called in a fucking death. God,
Yeah,
that's horrible.
Yeah, and it's, you know, I mean,
I
like,
wouldn't. Don't stay away from that. Don't even listen to it.
I
That'd be
haven't- I
horrible.
mean, I have been
you want to
saying-
hear the sheer panic in your own voice.
I know it's funny. Like, I like, you know, they told me, like, someone texted me, hey, it's here. I was like, just send me the link. I just want to like have it. And so I have it saved in my computer, but I haven't had a chance to like.
Unless you, in case you need a good cry, you're just gonna listen to it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bonus track on my album.
Fucking weirdo. I'd throw that shit right out.
It's just one of those things where it's like,
I don't know. Maybe though, because I've.
well, here's what I'll tell you why I
Okay.
saved it. I'll tell you why at the end of this. Yeah, so, you know, and yeah, it was just so fucking surreal. There's a whole story. Well, here's why I saved it is because I'm like, when people find out, you know, because no one knew it was me. Like, you know, I didn't give my name out. I was the assistant, and I wanted to stay that way because to me it was more of like, it's not TMZ's story to tell. It's my story to tell because clearly,
Yeah.
you know, I was fucking there.
Well, see, that's why I didn't even know that you were
That's
even
what no one
part
knew.
of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because I heard it in the more. I listened to K Rock. I listened to Kevin and Bean. So, well, not anymore, motherfuckers.
I know, Ralphless.
Yeah.
106.7
Yeah,
Ralphless
yeah.
FM.
I went on strike, bro. I'm done.
Dude, Lisa, man, I wanted to lick Lisa, and I can never lick Lisa. I was a huge K-Rock kid when I was growing up. I was a K-Rocker, bro.
You K Rocker?
I was a K-Rocker.
Well, I started listening to when I realized that they had the podcast. You know, I was way ahead of the curve on fucking podcasts.
Yeah.
So like, I was listening to podcasts in fucking 2008, bro.
Whoa, I was
Yeah.
2 years into comedy.
Yeah, yeah. So like when when they first started and they started to get popular, and
Yeah.
you were able to have them on your iPod, which is why they were called podcasts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, then
But,
I realized that's when I started listening to K Rock.
So,
Anyway,
you heard it in
so
the
I heard it
morning,
on
I guess?
K Rock. I heard
Okay.
it in the morning. They talked about Ralphy May because they loved Ralphie there.
Yeah.
and he was there all the time. You know, so yeah, and it was like, holy shit. I'm like, whoa, man, that's fucked. And then, you know, read the TMZ report and all that stuff, and then
It's crazy because within 10 minutes.
had no idea you were even
even there.
yeah.
Like, yeah, because it was funny because like it was one of those hush hush things too. Like no one knew that I was there, or no one knew that I was working with Ralph. It was our secret. Like it was one of those things where it's just, you know, I just wanted to make it. You know, I was gonna announce it when things were like
Because
happening.
at this point, you'd only been with him for a couple days, right?
Yeah, I mean, like the whole process took about 6 months for me, you know, from point A to where I was at, because it was
Sure, because you talked about it 6 months.
Yeah, we
prior.
talked about it.
And
You know,
then
I was hanging
final-
out and stuff. Now it's like finally in production.
Right.
So when and like for instance, like a lot of it's one of those things you don't want to jinx it. Like when someone says, "Oh, I did a TV spot." Oh, what'd you do? I'll tell you when
Sure,
it airs. When it's,
Right.
Like
exactly,
it's one of those things.
Exactly. I know. I did a commercial.
I got
Never
Yeah.
fucking aired. I put it on Facebook. I was like, "What a fucking Samsung commercial!
I think I remember.
It's gonna be so big." And then they're like, "Nope."
I see. That's why like I laugh when these.
You know, because I was gonna get so much money if it aired.
Of course. Like
Like they paid me the day rate,
tons,
and they
yeah.
were like, "But you got FaceTime, so you're gonna get like 10 grand."
yeah.
And it never aired on TV.
That's why you shut up and you
fucking
then you
asshole.
you only talk about it when it happens.
Yeah.
It's a
Anyway.
bad habit. I get it. A lot of comics and actors, like, you know, oh, everyone pray for me. I got this huge callback. I'm like,
Yeah,
fuck you. I hope you
want
don't
to tell
get it.
everybody that you're doing well, dude. I mean, all right, fucking finish your story.
So, anyways,
we can-
I was gonna tell people that I was doing well when, you know, I was on the road with Ralph and doing exactly what I wanted to do. So that's why I didn't say anything. And so it's like now, and then when all that happened, I'm kind
Yeah.
of like, what the fuck? Like, first off, like my first.
well, you told me that you kind of out of it for a few weeks or something.
Oh, absolutely, dude. I didn't want to.
I mean, shit, dude.
talk to anybody.
I don't.
was
let alone a friend. You know, one of my good friends. You know, if I ever I can't even handle seeing dead bodies. And then, you know what I mean? For you to be in the same room of a dead body of a person that you love and respect, you know.
Which, yeah, well, you know, is my friend. Like, you can hear me fucking, like, I was, you know, he was my brother. You know, he was, a brother, my friend. Like, you know, he was everything. So, like, and which isn't, it's crazy because I'm kind of, in a weird way, I'm glad it was me that found him because out of everybody, I had the most experience.
Absolutely.
Well, no, here's the thing. I had the most experience with death, really, because I was there for my grandpa. My grandpa wanted to die at home. We got him hospice care. I was preparing him because he had throat cancer. They said 3 months. He died in like 3 days. So, and he just wanted to go at home. So, you know, I prepared him for that.
Ready.
Yeah, he was ready. He just wanted to go home. So I was there for that for his last breath. And, you know, we were stuck with his body for like 3 hours because we called Rose Hills. All right, he's gone. Oh, well, we're backed up right now. So we'll be there. Like, oh my, what? Like, how long are you going to take? About 3-4 hours. I'm like, what? They're like, just put on the air conditioner so his body stays cold. I'm going, oh my, I'm all like it was weird. I'm like,
you insensitive bastard.
Like the nurse like wrapped them up.
Yeah.
So he goes, like, I wrapped them up for you. So if anybody wants to come, they can just pull them back. So we're just like, what do we do? And I was like, we should like go in the carpool lane, like have them like put them in the passenger
Like Tony,
side.
like Tony's joke.
What? Oh, Tony has a joke like that?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Oh, well, Tony used to work for the coroner.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So he's got
Oh, yeah,
he's got an amazing bit. Tony, shout out.
I do remember now.
Shout out Tony Alfano.
But anyway, so like you know, and that's the way how we cope with things. We cope with it by laughing, by turning tragedy into comedy. That's the whole point of comedy. But you know, I was there with my when we took my cousin off life support. I was there when we took my grandma off life support. I was there with my actually two
You're
uncles.
the angel of death.
Pretty much. Yeah. Right away, I want to do fucking Slayer. You need a Slayer button.
Sorry.
All right. Answer the tab. All right. So, anyways,
I have a Whitechapel button for when I have the drummer on.
there you go. There you go.
Continue. I'm listening. I have to piss.
No,
so.
do your thing. So yeah, so like long story short, you know, I was experienced with it. So it's like, you know, when people found out, they're like, wow, you should like go to therapy, and you know, you should really like you know, you need to cope with it. I've been to therapy before, like I know how it works. And because of it, like I know how to treat myself and what to do. So like, you know, when someone's like, you should go seek therapy for this, I'm like, why? Like, no, I'm a comedian. Like, I'm already doing it. No, you should really seek professional. Like, this is when they start getting insulting. No, comedy is done. No, that's not how normal people do it. Yes, they do. This is how we do it because we're fucking not normal people. So, you know, I wanted to talk about it on stage, but it's like, how do you talk about it? Like, I don't know if you've seen Patton Oswalt's latest comedy special where it talks about his wife dying.
Yeah, I have.
And it's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
It's a beautiful piece of comedy.
You know, I think it's one of those things like you could, and you'll find it eventually.
It's one of those things. It's timing. It's always about timing because right now, like, you know, we usually toast for Ralph before the end of the shows, you know, because he played a huge part in me and Corey and Chad's life. If it wasn't for him, like, you know, they, you know, wouldn't have gotten so much opportunities. I wouldn't, you know, haven't gotten opportunities. So it's like one of those things where it's like, although, yeah, it was like such a short period of time, but I mean, I've known him for years and I learned a lot from him already. So like sometimes I think, wow, you know, I need to get a taste of what I wanted. Like I worked so hard for, you know, being in this position and I waited and I was patient. Like usually people go, why me? How can you about the other? Yeah. Not me. I was more of like, okay, so maybe that was just because this is all I needed and not what, you know, what I wanted. It was one of those things, need versus want. So that's why I saw it. So, you know, of course things would have been cool if like I was on the road with him and, you know, I could have had these cool stories with him too. But, you know, things happen for whatever reason and, you know, and I got to live with it. But you don't dwell on it. You try to turn something in, you know, you create something out of it. So that's what I'm doing now. But, you know, I got his face tattooed on my arm. I don't know if people even know that.
It's a great tattoo.
So yeah, it was his new merch because we talked about his new merch.
Hey, you got a picture of me there too.
There you go. You got Harpo. And Odor's Urungus, by the way, which is.
Oh my God, I didn't even notice that one.
Oh, dude, I was so fucking sad when David Brocky died. It's funny. The fact that I got the Marx Brothers and Odorous from Guar.
That's
like,
fucking great.
In the same fucking area. Because
I mean, there's
chaos.
They're the same.
It's anarchy. My theme is anarchy and chaos, and I love that.
I don't know why, but every time I think of the Marx Brothers, I'm not sure what movie it is, but there's a scene in my head where
I'll tell you which one.
There's like a giant suitcase, and they're for what the timing of the scene is just so fucking
the
great.
Coconuts?
What?
Oh, at the opera. That's off the a suitcase?
Yeah, it's like a giant suitcase, and the scene is like
when they're in a small room.
Yeah, and the dude's
At the
looking
opera.
through he's looking through the suitcase, and I think it's Harpo that keeps going through it, and he's finding like
Okay,
different-
no, that
he's-
was
and he's going, but like
room service?
he never yeah,
It was room service.
room service, yeah, they're he's the bellhop.
Okay, yeah, it's room service.
Yeah, and he doesn't know he's in the room.
killer
but
shit,
but
dude.
so the timing of the whole thing, the choreography is like he never really actually runs into him, so they're walking through the room
jazz
together.
music, dude.
Yeah, it's fucking, and it's just so funny because he keeps grabbing every article of clothing that the guy wants to grab, and it's just,
What's cool about that is that they would take it on the stage, you take it on the road, the whole movie, and as a play, and they would literally work it out on
and it
stage.
would play out well, yeah.
And then once
I'm
it was
sure.
tight and ready to go, they fucking film it. How badass is that, dude?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Like, I want to do that. Like, I want to make a modern airplane. Like,
That'd be so
how fucking badass would that
Something
be?
like
but yeah. So long story short, yeah, all that shit, and then just the aftermath of it, because it's kind of like I said, the first thought that came to my mind when I found him was like, the first thought was, kids just lost their dad, like because he loved his kids, and that broke my heart. And then
Yeah.
the second thought was, he didn't deserve, what he was going through at the time. Last couple years, really, he didn't deserve, what he was going through. And then I remember like the paramedics were like, "You cool? You okay? Like, do you need us to assist you?" I'm like, "No, I'm fine." Like, I just remember like I sat down against the wall and it's kind of like just receiving it. I'm like, what do I don't know how to feel. Like, I don't know how to fucking feel. Like, I don't know what to do. Like, why am I not crying? Like, am I supposed to cry, or or should I not cry? Like, I don't know. And then like it was funny because like this the crisis counselor came in, and then she goes, I'm just here just to be here, and that's it. You don't have to talk to me or nothing like that. And then I was just I'm just
I
talking.
don't even
to her.
know
She
they
was
sent
listening.
somebody
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
yeah. Oh dude, it was crazy. Because since it was a celebrity case, like even like there's another part of the story which I'll tell you right now. So like, and then I just started thinking, and I was telling her all this, and then they're like, yeah, were you close to him? And then right away, as soon as she said that, like all the text messages that we texted to each other, all the conversations we had, and those words of him going, you're a good comic, you're killer Jack. He would always say that. He goes, "You're getting fucking solid, Jack. You're gonna kill it, Jack."
Yeah.
And then he would like one of those last text messages he sent me was that you're too good of a comic to just be my assistant, like because he was trying to convince me not to just drive him around. I'm like, no, dude, like let me fucking help you. If you need the help, let me help you,
Right.
and that kind of thing. So, and then I was just bawling, of course, and it really hit me because I was like, he fucking
Cared about you.
yeah, and the fact that hearing that that just hearing that from someone that that's so respected and of his status, like when the fuck does that happen? It's kind of like
Right,
you get a chance, if you love fucking George Carlin and he tells you, "Hey kid, fucking you're killer shit," that kind of thing, or you're good, who can fucking say that
I quit that day.
yeah, there you go. So the
Because
fact
I'd be like, nothing ever matters now.
see, that was it, and that's what I would lose my shit because I'm going, he believed in me, like that was it. I would say to myself, like, he believed in me, like no one fucking believes in me. Like sometimes you feel
Yeah.
no one believes in me.
Yeah.
Ralphie May fucking believed in me, like
That's great.
and
man.
right away.
It's
just,
beautiful. I mean, there's something beautiful about the fact that you were even there and that you're the person that, you know what I mean? Like it's just something weird and poetic about
yeah,
that. You know?
see, and it's and like I said, sometimes I feel things happen. People say it's chaos. I like to think things happen for a reason because I
I
rationalize.
hate those words, but yeah, go ahead.
What things happen for a
I
reason.
hate that shit, man.
You're a piece of shit.
I had an ex-girlfriend that used to say that all the time, and she even tried to rationalize her cheating on me.
No, see, that's bad.
You know what I mean? Like, she's like, "Think everything happens for a reason."
No, that
Like,
you're
you
just
fucking
you're just a
dumb bitch.
You're an idiot.
God damn it.
It's one way of staying positive and kind of like.
I think that's why I just hate it so much.
you remind me of my ex. Mark.
No, it's just the fact that she used that as an excuse to be a piece
She's
of
an
shit.
idiot. She's
Yeah,
an
like
idiot. She's a fucking idiot.
I was just like, yeah.
For me, it's more of like, okay, how do I create this, as an opportunity? How do I create into a positive? Like
Sure.
that's me.
Yeah,
So
and
that's why I
I mean,
rationalize.
that's one way
why I
to
say
do it.
It's a positive way to do it.
You know,
Her way
what mine is?
What is it?
Create your own luck.
Create your own opportunities.
Well, mine's luck.
Luck?
Yeah.
Fuck
So
luck.
I say luck. It's not. It doesn't exist. So that's why I say create your
Create
own
your
luck.
luck.
Yeah.
My favorite saying is luck
Create
is
your
when
own opportunity.
preparation meets opportunity. I fucking love that. That changed my life too. Because that's what luck is. They're like, oh, I just got
Or even
lucky.
Metallica. Opportunities are given, are taken, not given out.
Well, that's they
Yeah,
said. Are
yeah.
taken. Now, that's true.
Opportunities
You
are
gotta-
taken, not given out.
They're not. You gotta seek it yourself, and you gotta take it from it.
That's one of the lyrics.
From which song was it? Fuel.
No. What is it? Misery on fucking on the Black album.
I try. You're a big Metallica fan.
Yeah.
I used to say Metallica's Slayer for pussy. I used to say that all the time. Because it's like, how can you compare it? Everyone's like, Metallica, man. I'm like, dude, Angel of Death.
It's not comparable, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know,
they're
man.
different.
It's just, different strokes. I love Metallica. I'm like, and
that's cool, man.
And that's the thing is like, I'm a
I
fucking
have a gay friend too.
I know he's me. No,
I love that one too. That was so funny.
It's,
but yeah, no. Yeah, Metallica's cool.
Anyway, all right. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to fucking.
You're
I didn't mean to
good.
trail off again. But that's what it's like I said. It's something I wanted to. I definitely wanted to get this on my podcast and stuff like
for
that.
clicks. I'm kidding. Okay. No, I'm always open.
Because it's. I mean, you and I have become pretty good friends.
Yeah.
I'd like to say. If you feel the same way,
you are.
You're like I fucking hate you.
Like I told you, that's how I was.
I mean, because we have a lot in common. I didn't even realize. People who are listening to this or watching, like they don't fucking know that you were actually just a coworker of my fiance before we actually became friends. Like it was just like, well, fucking he does comedy, and then I'm like, really? Yeah. Like, oh, that's cool.
It's funny.
And then I kind of just, because you always meet people like, well, he does stand up, you know that, right? And then you're like,
it's always that, yeah.
And then you're like, oh yeah, okay. Well, what the fuck does he do stand up?
Like I was supposed
and
to get
at that time, I was like really fucking hitting it hard and shit, So I was like, yeah, whatever. And then I saw that and then we ended up adding each other on Facebook, and then I was like, oh shit, Mark's doing some shit, dude. Yeah. And then I was like, oh fuck. And then we ended up hanging out a couple times, and then I realized, oh wait, we both grew up like in
the almost same area,
same like situation. LA suburb situation, yeah. And then same teams growing up,
same like everything really, like, especially with music, because it's hard to find a comedian that is into metal. Like that's kind of rare too.
Yeah.
Because totally. No one really. Because metal isn't that funny. Everyone takes it all serious.
It's not
fucking black metal, all that kind of shit. But
I'm wearing a Venom T-shirt.
Well, I'm wearing my Paul Heyman T-shirt. I'm a pro wrestling fan.
Well,
but no, like you said, when it's funny because I'm like, who the fuck is this Ryan D guy? Why is he everywhere? Who is this guy? No, I remember you wrote a post and you said something about you were just trying to get more shows and stuff. And I could tell you were only like a couple years in, and I figured that.
Yeah.
And I remember I left something. Maybe you could check our friendship history.
Maybe.
And Bobby falling in love. Maybe we are. But yeah, no. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, no. And then I was just kind of like, and like I said, I'm always down to help anybody, especially young comics. Like the serious ones, not the ones that are fucking actors just trying to do comedy to spice up the resume.
Oh my god, dude, I have so many stories about those ones.
I hate that.
And you know what it is too? Well, that's what I was saying. Like, I get it. Like I'm only about 4 or 5 years in, maybe at this point. And then I don't even know if with that I gotta fucking do the math, but it's like. Well, I've been lying so long. I've been saying 5.
Everyone always adds like 2 years. Well, like on stage or like for I've been performing comedy.
I've been lying so long and saying 4 or 5. Like now it's actually starting to catch up. So like now I don't even really know what the fucking number is.
See, for me, I wanted to earn my stripes. I've always wanted to earn my stripes. That's
the thing
I was raised.
Every time I said fucking 2 years or a year, people always treated me like shit. So I started lying because I was so good. Because I wasn't obviously
respect.
I was good. I was good for being a 1 year. I wasn't like a 1 year comic. When I was doing one, I was only doing it for a year.
Yeah.
So people would lose respect of me, from me after I would say, "Oh, I've only been doing it for a year." They'd be like, "Oh shit, like oh fuck, like fuck you,"
Yeah, they put you on the side and like, oh, you're not real.
Yeah. So like, so I started lying. So because that's what I realized. As a young, I was doing well as a young dude. And I still wasn't.
You're hungry, you're trying to, you're trying to be good.
Yeah, exactly. So that's how I got onto certain things, and I got kind of spoiled at first because I ended up getting on some real good shit at that time, like, and then then it dried up, third year, and then I'm just like, what the fuck? I'm better than this.
I've been 5 years in.
Yeah, and I'm 5 years in. I'm only 3 years, 2 years in. And I start like fucking, it starts getting in my head, and now I'm like, now I'm totally zen with it. I'm just like, I get it. Like fuck, I got to work harder. And just kind of wait.
Once it clicks. Like it clicked my 8th year in. Like because I kind of had like 8 years in. Got a long way to go, kid.
Fucking rookie.
Fucking retard, man! Like, I remember my 4th, 5th year when I was doing Fair LA, I wasn't doing as much stand-up. I was actually trying to quit stand-up. But Corey and Chad would keep bringing me on the road. They would always like me opening for them. And then I was losing the passion for it.
Yeah.
And then, Twitter was blowing up. Fair LA was blowing up. So I was spending my time and energy on that because I was getting that, that feeling of satisfaction, I was pleasing people. Because everyone was retweeting and liking and saying, "Oh, you're so funny." It's like, oh, why the fuck do I have to leave my house and go to a comedy club to hear that? I could just on the internet. So I tried quitting, and after a while, and it hit me though, like the 4th, 5th, 6th year. I remember I was sitting in the audience at a show. My ex at the time was like, "Let's go to a comedy show." I'm like, "Why the fuck would I want to go to a comedy show?"
Oh my God.
Like double date. Let's go double date.
At a comedy show.
At a
when
comedy
you're doing
show.
comedy?
I wasn't even doing stand. I was like, she just,
you weren't
she
doing
didn't
stand-up.
want me to do. She didn't want me to perform. She just wanted to be on a double date at a comedy show. So I had to sit in the audience, and it was that.
I tell
moment.
Vicky no.
See, it's funny. Unless
All the
like I
time,
want to go
like-
see him. I'll pay money for a tell.
I still won't.
Stanhope.
I still won't. Because then at that point, like I don't know. I almost pay. Okay, we almost paid to see Chappelle for that.
Oh, yeah.
At the at the Palladium or whatever, and they sold out in like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
so
that's a
we
hard
didn't go to
ticket.
that. So we were gonna go to that one, but like even then, I'm just like, he might show up at where I'm at some point. It's like,
Drop it. He's at the comedy store right now.
yeah, he was,
Like,
at the top, he was at the comedy store tonight.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know what I mean? Like I don't know. I just never. I don't think I'll ever pay money to watch stand up again.
For me, I will always pay a ticket for Stanhope, a tell. Like those are
But
like
even
the
then,
last guys.
I mean, if they're playing at a club, you could just go watch them. Just walk in.
You can if you want, but I don't know. For me, it's like if I'm there to watch, like especially Stanhope, I will always pay a ticket. I'll buy a ticket for his San Diego shows because he's not coming to LA.
Yeah, he hates LA.
Well, I mean, he'll do the Rogan podcast and stuff.
But that's it.
But that's it. Yeah, then
That's it.
he'll hang out at the store
He'll
and
hang
stuff.
out at the store, but he won't do a spot.
He'll go to his rent control department off of.
He talks a bunch of shit. Like I've heard he won't. Well, he won't do a spot at the store.
Oh,
Like
well.
he refuses.
Oh, to do spots? Yeah, it's hard
Yeah.
for him to do a spot.
No, he refuses to do it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he won't do it.
Interesting. Yeah.
He won't do a spot. Like they've offered him spots.
Of course.
At the store.
And they're like, no.
And he said he won't do it.
He did because Hollywood's a different crowd anyway.
That's
LA's
why.
a different crowd.
Well, that's why. That's what he says. They're not my crowd.
They're not. Yeah. See, it's funny, and it's okay to say no to certain crowds. I get asked to do fundraisers a lot. I'm going no. They're like, why not? I'm like, they will not like me. Like, I'm not a fundraiser guy. I only said yes to my old job's Christmas party. I said only if I could roast you guys, and they said yeah. I went, what can't I say? Well, you can only say fuck 6 times, and you can say shit 2 times, but you can say hell and stupid and everything else. I'm like, perfect. That's it. That's all I need. And I did it, and I had the fucking best time ever because I knew what they're getting themselves
They
into.
numbered you. They numbered your shits.
Yeah,
and
and every
fucks.
time I said it, I go, "That was one fuck." Like,
Yeah.
I was like, "That counts as the one fuck."
I did the Comedy Palace recently, and like Zach Miller, Zach.
Yeah, I know.
He's like right before the show, he goes, "Oh, I forgot to tell you, it's a PG-13 show, by the way. You're only allowed to say fuck like twice or something like that." And I was like, "What?" and he's like, "Yeah, I don't know. That's what they told me to tell you."
I always go, "Okay," and then
I
I
go,
don't
"Okay,"
even
and
do it.
then I go up, and I don't know, man.
That's
I
funny.
said fuck maybe like 8 times, 9 times,
had
in an 8-minute set.
I did a drop in Arizona, and Fortune was headlining that weekend. Fortune, I always forget how you pronounce her last name. Feinstein.
Oh
Feinstein?
yeah.
So before I got up, the owner, which is also the host, he goes, "Hey man, this crowd's he goes, I know your style, I know what you do. Don't get too crazy. It's a lot of lesbians and gay crowd, so don't get too crazy." And I'm like, "Dude, they're like the most fun." I'm like, "Really?
Yeah.
All right." I said, I went, "No problem." And then they bring me up. My first words out of my mouth were, "So who eats pussy?" Ah, everyone, yeah. I'm like, ah.
Right.
And it was so much fun. Like, I had a blast. And now he's like, oh, well, all right. Which reminds me of a story real quick. One of my favorite stories about comedy.
Hold on before you get into it. Grab me a beer.
Bear you? All right, hold on.
You're by the fridge.
Beer check.
You're by the
All right, so that last two. Cool, perfect. So, one of my favorite stories about comedy.
There's an opener right there on the.
Is this the Jaeger one? Oh, no. One of my favorite stories about comedy, which makes sense. So Bill Hicks, it's in Bill Hicks, one of his books. He's doing the Rodney Dangerfield HBO special, the Young Comedian special.
Yeah.
And And so Dangerfield walks in his dressing room, and he goes, "Hey kid, you're next. What do you want me to tell you, or how do you want me to introduce you?" And he's like, "Tell them that I'm so far ahead, my parents haven't met yet." And then Dangerfield's like, "I don't know if that's gonna work, but okay." So then you can watch the special. It's on the internet. And then Dangerfield does his shit, introduces him. He says, he says the line, it hits, and it's funny because you can even see in Dangerfield's face go like, "Oh shit!" Like, okay. And he goes, "Hey, Bill Hicks," and he comes out, crushes. So at the end of the show, Bill Hicks goes back to his dressing room. Dangerfield walks by him, and he just goes, "Hey, kid, the line worked. What the fuck do I know?" And he just walks away. That is stand-up.
What the fuck do I know?
That's stand-up.
That's
Even
amazing.
one of the greatest of all times doesn't know what the fuck he's talking
Yeah,
about.
exactly.
That's why I tell his comics, don't listen to anybody. I'm like, people are going to tell you something, just don't.
Yeah, I mean, it's so hard to like even get advice and give advice too. I've had a couple people. The only thing I've ever said as advice to people, I'm just like, I go, quit thinking and just do it.
Absolutely. Just do it.
Like, just fucking go. I'm
Try
like, I'm like, you can. I go. I had fucking pages and pages and pages of material. Guess what? I got 5 fucking minutes out of that. Maybe,
I love that.
I'm like maybe 2. My first week up, like no dick face. That shit didn't work. That didn't work. That didn't work. You got one joke out of fucking writing for 3 months.
My favorite is when comics are like, "Oh yeah, I got like 45 minutes. Like I drew like 2 hours worth of
No,
stuff."
you didn't. Yeah.
And I go,
fuck
"Dude,
you.
it's probably like 10 minutes." Like, no,
I had an
it's
asshole.
good shit.
I had an asshole. I'm not gonna name him, but it's this dude. He's definitely still in the scene. I'm sure you ran into him. He's like, "Can't wait to do my next hour." I'm like, dude. I'm like, if you've done 3 hours, those aren't your fucking hours.
I've written hours of material.
Somebody else's hours.
I've written hours of material, but not all hours of it was funny.
No, dude. No way.
It's never that funny. It's for anybody.
I mean, I'm lucky if I can do 35 right now,
Right now, I'm a solid 35. 35, and with like this Vegas story that I have, like I got about 45. I'm still working that story out though. I'm still trying to get it tight and shit.
I don't know why you should definitely be hitting it a little bit more.
I wanted to. Here's this thing too: is that I wanted to learn more about the actual
Headlining?
art. Well, headlining. I don't know how to headline.
I've only closed out one, maybe a couple. I did the Ice House, and I did like my first half hour.
And there's a difference between headlining and going last. Kids.
Going last, yeah. There's a big difference. Well, that's the thing. Is like I'm headlining. I'm doing my fucking I did 30 minutes at the Ice House on my own show, so I was like.
Oh,
I was pretty proud of it.
You're headlining. That's you
Yeah.
headline your own show. That's
yeah,
fine.
so I headlined my own
Yeah.
But I'm like headlining is like you're doing 45.
Headlining on the road is a different story.
Yeah.
I mean, that's that, and there's an art to that too. Like
I just wanted to see how much if I could hold an audience for 30 minutes.
I did the same thing too.
Yeah.
I did that stage
and
too.
I did good. I did well. I did all right.
Yeah, I learned that there's some stuff that I'm like, no, this isn't going anywhere, and I learned
I
some
learned
stuff
what
worked.
to drop that night. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Like,
because
just
everyone was there for you.
or at least to work on, like not like. So I split my shit in half, So
Yeah.
it was like and so I mean even then I still dropped a bunch of shit, and then I don't know.
Yeah, I tried everything that night. I was like, I'm doing everything, and then I was like, I was at 35 minutes. I'm like, yeah, this is enough. I was like, and because I was gonna do that I was gonna do some other material that's like a long 10-minute story. I'm going, no, I'm like, they're already getting tired. It was late. It was
Okay,
one of
wait.
those things.
Okay, this is what I want to get into. Did you ever have any sort of other like performing training before you started doing stand up?
No. Performing training.
At all? I mean, like anything. Did you ever do anything like in school?
No,
or-
I was a big
I mean, you were in
pussy.
a band. You said.
I was in a band. And then it's funny because I saw because I don't know if Sean Halpin's still watching. Yeah, he's still watching. He was there at
Sean
my.
Halpin.
Yeah, he was there.
I
at
love that dude.
My first open mic. He was there. He was right next to me. First time I went on stage actually. So like I remember I told him, he's like, you've been on stage. He's like, you've been on stage before. I was like, no. I've been in a band, so I've been on stage before.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, that's different, man. I'm like, yeah, we'll see, But no, I ate so many dicks that my first time. I just Jamar Neighbors was there, and I remember he was like giving me like pity laughs. And I remember I was just like, but I got off that stage going, oh my God. Like I was shaking like, that was so much fucking fun.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Like that was so much fucking fun. And I hate dicks. Like it was bad. But as far as perform, yeah, no, I just, That, I mean, I would backyard wrestle, so like, you know, being a showman and like
That's hilarious.
performing in front of people.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, you
Yeah, done that.
you had something.
Yeah, kind of.
Backyard wrestling? What the fuck, dude?
I wanted to be a wrestler.
That's some shit that I always thought about, wanted to do, and like I did that shit with my brothers, and like, you know, on a trampoline, you know, we'd throw somebody through a fucking cardboard box or something.
We were in high school, dude. It's one of those things. Like we look back at it and we're going, dude, we did so much illegal shit. Like we would fucking take wood from like where they're building homes, and we'd be like, oh, it's just here, and we
busted over each other. Fuck yeah, dude. All the
tables out of
time,
it.
all the time. Or we would steal lumber and we'd make I mean, for me, skateboarding was huge growing up.
Yeah.
So it was like we fucking steal lumber and build some shit out of it, and fucking we'd be like, one time I had a box, like a skate box. I stole it from the church.
Oh, really?
Stole it from the fucking church down the street from my house. It was down the street from I never told my mom. I just was like, my friend gave it to me.
Of course.
And then it was fucking well crafted. She's like, where the fuck did you get this shit? I mean, my mom was always, you know, my mom has a lot to do with how I am now, you know. She was always brutally honest and always talked to me the way, you know.
I was always like, I was lied to, but it was more of like my mom was just trying to protect me, like shelter me in a way. But like she always told me I didn't have an instruction manual. I thought I was doing the right thing, you know. But she would
you
just,
learn that too when you grow up. You're like, my parents had no fucking idea what they were doing.
The first time I found out, I'm like, you smoke weed? And she's like, surprise. Like, you want to hit? Like, I'm like, I'm smoking with my mom. Like,
how old were you?
I was like 16, 17. So I graduated high school. She let me get drunk for when we graduated. And I remember I was like, this is how I like to be drunk.
No, my parents.
This is fun.
It's so fucked. It's so fun. It's not fucked up. It's just I respect my parents. I respect my parents so much, you know, because I mean, you were 16, you smoked weed with your mom.
Yeah.
My parents were always like, my dad would give me the ads for like Rite Aid, and he'd go, pick out an 18-pack. I'll get it for you. Everybody has to stay here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, like my 18th birthday, like, you know, she'd be
But
like,
he would do this like once a month, you know. Yeah, and it was like because he knew, like, because they
do it at home.
They knew I was out every weekend getting fucked up, fucking skateboarding in the streets, you know. Their biggest fear was me getting arrested and then getting home, you know, or being brought home fucked up by like a police officer or something, you know.
Yeah.
So it was like they were like, you're gonna do it anyway. We know. So
it's a good way.
yeah. So they're like, invite your friends, stay here, and everybody spends the night.
I'll order pizza.
Yeah.
No,
And my dad would order an 18-pack or like a bottle of vodka or something, you know.
Smirnoff Ice.
Yeah.
When we first started
Some shit, you know. And it's like,
Smirnoff Ice.
thinking back, I'm like, that's probably the best way to handle that, because they were right, you know, because I did on those days that wasn't happening. For sure, I was out on the street doing some shit I should have been arrested for.
Yeah, no, absolutely,
You know?
guys. We could do it here. My mom said it was cool.
Exactly. So like, my mom was always just like, stay here, don't fucking go anywhere, because she was always so worried, you know. And I'm like, I think because my older brother got into a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
And he was like the biggest rebel. He always he did all kinds of shit. He was all in the punk rock scene. So
okay.
He always did all kinds of stupid shit.
Yeah.
Spray painting, fucking skateboarding, vandalism.
I tried to do all that.
All
like,
that
it
stuff.
just wasn't for me. Like any of that. Like,
I think
tagging.
you're 34.
34.
Oh, so my brother so you're 4 years older than my brother.
Oh.
My brother just turned 30.
Oh. See, that's when I was like, man, I should get my shit together. Like, actually, when I turned 29, I'm going, oh fuck, I only have a year now. Like, goddamn, I better start now.
Yeah. Well, anyway, the reason why I was asking all this is because like I had so much. I was always the performer.
Yeah. Okay.
So like in my family, but I was always so timid. I mean, like when I was young, when I was really young, and then you know I got a little bullied and stuff, and then the times that I actually stood up for myself, and I get in trouble by the school.
Yeah.
I got suspended because I beat the shit out of this kid one time.
Wait, was he bullying you?
Oh yeah. He's a little,
then.
but he was a little kid.
Oh.
He was like small.
Well, fuck him
and
even more.
my mom used to tell me like, you're big, fuck him up.
Yeah.
So my mom used to tell me shit like that. So I did it when I beat the shit out of this kid, and I fucked him up bad, you know. And then I go like in the principal's office, the kid's fucking bleeding everywhere, and I'm like, holy shit! Like he was a little kid. He's like a year younger than me, but he was like small. Like I was a big kid.
What was he doing? Like throwing rocks at you?
He was talking a bunch of shit. It was like after a game, like a kickball game, and I was never good at athletics. And so he was making fun of me for something. And I just lost my shit, and I just beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, see, for me, like, as an adult, like, I've never been in a fight. Like, I took judo for, like, 10, 15 years. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I took it with. I knew Ronda Rousey when she was 13.
No shit.
Yeah, I was like 16.
See, there's a whole other hour of podcasting.
Ball
now. Well,
apart.
we'll call it in about 15 minutes.
Okay.
So.
But yeah, people like, that's another fun fact. But I don't know if she even remembers me. But we used to talk about wrestling all the time too, and she was cool. But yeah, I never been in a fight, and I always talked myself out of everything, out of every like confrontation, like because yeah, of course, you're drunk, piss people off, especially with comedy. I've always had them where they ready to fucking punch me, and then like at the end of the night, they're either buying me a drink or like they're hanging out with me. And,
well, why do you think that is? Do you back down? I don't know, because like I always became I became like this because of dude. I tell you, it's all because of my mom. It's because of my mom, and then kind of growing up with a chip on my shoulder that my dad kind of left. So but I've always had a stepdad. So like I never I never had that whole fucking like not having a father figure thing, because my stepdad taught me a lot of shit and how to be a good dude, and everything, and being a man. I mean, the fucking guy was the absolute of everything I needed to know. You know, so I didn't. But also that whole the whole doing stand up thing is like wanting to be wanted as well. Like that's where a lot of that shit comes from.
I mean, we do it for fucking acceptance. I mean,
so that's what I'm saying. So my mom she was always like fight for everything because no one's ever gonna fucking give it to you.
Yeah.
And so like
I wish no one told me that.
My mom's always been like that with me, especially with me for some reason. Like like I think she just saw something in me that like she did it with my. But, again, like the whole dad
brother,
thing. And, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it was just always... Because, I mean, me and my older brother have two different dads. And then my younger siblings have my stepdad.
Okay.
So, I think for some reason, like... with me, she was always just like, you gotta fight. Because I never did. I was very timid, like I said, anyway. So, fucking... so now, like, as it's so fucking stupid, like, I have these, like, super minor, like extreme aggressions towards fucking things, and it's like, and I it's so ridiculous, but it's like always like, you respect me, guy, Hey, you know what I mean? It's like, I demand respect. I just demand, and I get into, like, this whole fucking, like, entitlement thing, but it's like, obviously I don't deserve his respect at some point, but it's like, but if you're going to come in and talk a bunch of shit, like, I'm not going to make you laugh. I'm going to beat your ass. See,
it's funny. What I found what's more powerful is mind fucking people.
Yeah, and you're right. And I used to do that. And I used to get away with that.
Yeah. There's one time my friend grabbed this girl's ass at a party, at a backyard party. And I know, 2018.
Did she write a blog about it?
Well, she told her brother that was there, so that's what happened. Back when we had old school days where you tell someone.
And her brother was nicknamed CNN.
And there was some breaking news that were going on. So he grabs her ass at this backyard fucking party, and then
that was so good. That's the clip I'm gonna take and post on Instagram because that was funny.
So he grabs her ass, and then it was Fun Bobby. His name was Fun Bobby. And then he just laughs like, I was like, oh my God. And she caused a whole scene. You grabbed my ass, oh my God. And I'm like, we gotta go. I grabbed him. I'm like, we gotta get the fuck out. And then my friend Jimmy was still in that. I was like, fuck, I gotta get Jimmy. As soon as I turn back, four dudes start walking back. I'm going, oh fuck. A cholo, the brother, and like two other guys. Yeah. Who's the one that grabbed my sister's ass? And I was like, wasn't me. I was like, I didn't let it with, wasn't me. And then he goes, it was you, resident. And then Bobby was like, whoa, what did I do? And then we're all drunk. And I'm right away. I'm like, guys, you know what? We fucked up. And like, no, fuck you. So the cholo guy grabs me a sweater.
I'm fucking retarded, man! I'm fucking retarded!
I swear to God, I was that. So the cholo guy grabs me with a sweater, like twirls me around. That was me. So I swear to God, in a circle, and I'm spinning in a circle. So I get up and I go, no, like, because it's a trap. Exactly, because they're all beating on Bobby.
Right.
They're all
Sorry,
like,
I'm just fucking utilizing the soundboard to your story now.
That's what closing. So so I'm like, no, I go rush. And, like, I grabbed the cholo by his shoulder just to kind of like, hey, man, stop. You guys are fucking...
Dude, wait, so he's windmilling somebody?
Yeah, all four of them are ganging on Bobby.
Oh, wait, okay.
That's what I saw.
Okay.
So I go, hey, guy, like, no. Like, I start like, no. Because I just said, let's just leave. And then the cholo guy's, like, he, like, right away fucking puts his hands up. Let's go, dog. Let's do this. And I went, why the fuck do I want to fight you? I don't even know you. He goes, yeah, I guess you're right. And I'm like, and then like they stop, and they just stop. They fucking stop. And like, fuck you guys, blah blah blah. And Bobby's laughing his ass off. I'm going, what the fuck? He goes, they weren't even kicking me. I don't even know what they were doing.
Oh,
I was going,
God.
what? I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I'm like, I gotta go get Jimmy. Oh, Jimmy and Dan were there. So I had to go back. And then, I saw Jimmy, and then I was like, Dan. Oh, I found Dan. I found Jimmy. I was looking for Dan, and then the brother saw me, like looking in. I'm going, hey man, I'm not here to fight. I'm not trying to start shit. I just want to look for my friends. We get the fuck out.
Yeah.
It's like we disrespected your house. Like I want to go home.
And that ass.
Yeah. And your sister's fat ass.
Yeah.
And your sister's nice.
And you're like, by the way, mwah.
But we're bad. But anyway, so he goes.
Just kidding.
I was like, look, man, I don't want.
I threatened to kill some kid one time for my sister. Anyway, go ahead.
All right. So anyway, yeah, I tell him, look, man, I don't want to start shit. I'm just want to look for my friends so we can leave. And he goes, you know what? He goes, hey, man. Because I said, listen. I told him, like, hey, man, you know what? I would have done the same thing. I get it. I have sisters, too. Like, you're doing the brother. You got to do your brother part, and I get it. He goes, yeah, man, right? I go, dude, I don't blame you. Trust me. We disrespected your house and your sister. We don't belong here. I was like, I did this whole thing like I said, I was like a sales guy. I was like, we don't deserve to be here. We lost that opportunity. We lost the opportunity to take advantage of your party and your welcoming and your home,
Right.
Right. And I was just like, we don't belong here. Like, we respect this. I'm disgraced. Like,
Right. By playing like as a timid guy, like that you're like, I'm sorry, I don't deserve
that's
you.
That's how you calm down someone. You just you jerk them off a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
And then they're like, I guess you're right. So,
I mean, in that situation, I feel like I would probably be you. Definitely.
It's common sense.
But that, yeah, exactly. I definitely wouldn't be the guy grabbing the ass. But that's my point. But I'd be the other. You know what? Actually, I'd be either you. Or the dude wanting to fuck up your friend.
Yeah.
Or the brother fucking up your friend. And
Not
guess
the
what?
cholo.
He would have gotten kicked.
Yeah. Well, yeah, see? And that's what I was like, dude, I don't fucking need this. Like, I just want to go home. I wanted to have a good time. That was it.
Yeah.
So it was funny. So I tell him all that. It's like, you know what? I'm a fucking brother too. I get it. He goes, you know what, dog? I'm sorry. And then the cholo's like, hey, man, I'm sorry. And then the cholo hugs me. The guy that wanted to fucking fight me. They're hugging me. They're like, you want to come in? Yeah,
they're like, but your buddy's got to go.
Well, yeah. And then they even said that. They said, you could come back in. He goes, your friend has to fucking stay. I was like, no, dude, we need to leave. I was like, I want to go home. I want to leave.
Yeah.
And he's like, you grab a beer if you want. I was like, nah, dude, we got to go home. He goes, well, you want to take a plate home with you?
Yeah.
Like,
that's funny.
He was going to make me a fucking plate of food.
It's just your dumb friend was the one who ruined their situation.
Don't get me wrong, though. Like, as soon as I got everyone in the car, we laughed our fucking asses off of how stupid those people were. And they're like, you're so good at talking your way out of shit. I went, I know, I'm really fucking good. Like, I'm so good.
That's so good. All right. I'm fucking buzzed. So we're gonna end it there.
How long have we been going on for?
About an hour and 50.
Oh, 2 hour show.
Almost 2 hours. Almost 2 hours.
What are we? The Joe Rogan podcast?
Nah. No, that shit goes on for like 4 hours sometimes. All right. Anyway, so we're gonna end on a song. I'm gonna end the live stream right now. So good night, everybody, on the live stream. I'm gonna end on a song, which is actually my intro song, which is actually my friend's, called Solar Haze. The song is called Hawk in the Wind. It's a great fucking song. This band is very awesome. They're a local band from Covina.
Covina,
yeah.
Hometown. Well, kind of hometown. Neighbors.
You're from what West
Baldwin
Covina?
Park.
Baldwin Park. So
I
think they're from Covina. Whatever. They're fucking
it's
great.
The same shit. Same
they're from
group.
SGV.
There you go.
They're badass. They do my intro song. If you ever get a chance, go check out Solar Haze. They're playing. Where are they playing? They're playing the 5-Star Bar sometime in February. They told me.
Oh, 5-star.
And this song is great. It's like The Sword. And stuff like that. So here we go. And let me know what you think about this first episode. I know we got a little buzz. We got a little off track. Plenty of times, but
good stories, man.
It was a good time, and I'm so
fun.
happy. I'm so happy that you came on. And I really appreciate it. And this was a good way to kick off this show. All right. So here we go. Hawk in the Wind.